Hello and welcome, Wargamers, to our Warhammer 40k Battle Report today. I am Luka from MiniWarGaming.com, joined by Carl. You're familiar with him at this point. He has joined us from the Great White North, and we are playing Tau against the Death Guard in a loose narrative game with the Leviathan Mission Pack.
We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Warhammer 40k Battle Report.
Let's take a look at my Death Guard forces today. I unintentionally built myself a Highlander list, minus my Plague Marine options here. Leading it all, I have a Death Guard Demon Prince with the deadly pathogen enhancement. No wings on them either. Even though the models got wings, they're a little too stubby. They didn't fully mutate to allow this individual to take flight. I brought him because I haven't brought a Demon Prince for the Death Guard in a while, and I have a lot of Plague Marines on the table for him to maybe help them out. I will have 5 characters in today's game. The second of the 5 will be a Death Guard Sorcerer in Terminator armor. I'll be running a Malignant Plaguecaster, which is essentially a fancy sorcerer in power armor. 1 Plague Surgeon and 1 Tallyman. Only because I haven't given all of the Fetid Virion the right chance to play in the game, so I figured why not today? I am going to be running 4 units of Plague Marines today. 2 of them are going to be 10 strong. One will be focused on close combat, and the other one will be focused on kind of mid-range shooting, as it's got a couple Blight Launchers, a couple Flamers, a lot of lethal bolt guns. The other one's all Plague weapons. And then I'll have 2 other Plague Marine units with a variety of weapons on them. They're just 5 strong to walk around and be disruptive. The close combat Plague Marine unit will be riding around in a Death Guard Rhino. I'll be bringing 3 Death Shroud Terminators, 3 units of 10 Poxwalkers, a Fetid Bloat Drone, and 1 Death Guard Hellbrute with a Multi-Melta and a Hellbrute Fist with a Heavy Flamer inside of it. He made the cut because I was skimming through the list and I'm like, ooh, Hellbrute, haven't run that in a while, add. And then I realized, oh, it kind of makes my list a little weird, but oddly, the Hellbrute is going to be very clutch in this matchup against that Storm Surge, which I did not actually expect. We're going to take a look at the Tau forces today.
Good evening, folks. This is Carl, back again for some more fun at MiniWarGaming. I'm playing my Tau as I like to play them, and let's start off. I have 3 characters in my list. I have Commander Shadowsun. I have a Cold Star with the Sickling Ions and the Exemplar of Mon Ka. I have another Crisis Commander, but set up with Fusion and a Shield Generator and the Enhancement Precision of the Patient Hunter. +1 to hit in the first 3 rounds, and then +1 to wound on 3rd round beyond. I have a squad of Breachers. I have a dedicated transport for them, a Devilfish. 2 units of Crisis 3-man units, 1 with Sickling Ions and 1 with Fusion, and they both have Shield Generators. A squad of Pathfinders, 1 Piranha, 1 group of Vespids, and of course, Big Daddy Storm Surge, because I want to try and see what he can do. He seems like a fun little toy, and you never know. He might just obliterate you, or he might just whiff.
I suspect we'll find out shortly.
We'll have fun one way or the other.
Now, why don't we take a look at the mission that Carl and I have today. Went fully random on the Leviathan cards, and they gave us something pretty easy to work with here. A Dawn of War style deployment with 5 objectives, 1 in the middle, 2 flanking it, and then 1 in each player's deployment zone, as you can see here, as we deploy along the long table edges opposite one another. Now, as for the primary mission and the mission rule, well, we got Vox Static, which feels like it makes sense in an underground sewage facility. It just means the command reroll and new orders will cost 2 command points to use instead of their normal 1, as it is hard to receive orders from high command. And the primary mission will be take and hold, as in this battlefield there's going to be several strategic locations that have been identified in the vicinity, and they are ordered to be assaulted at all costs. What that means is, starting the second battle round, at the end of each player's command phase, they'll gain 5 victory points for each objective marker they control, including the one in their own deployment zone, for a total of 15 victory points a turn. The player going second gets a score at the end of their turn on the 5th battle round. So, as for the primary, all that matters is taking and holding these 5 locations, or at least a majority of them, to get maximum points. and that'll be 50 points in primary. The rest of the points will be coming from secondary mission cards that both Carl and myself have decided to play tactically, which just means we're going to be drawing random cards. And if you want to come by and wargame with us here at the bunker, well, go to miniwargaming.com/challenge for all the details. 40k, Age of Sigmar, Horus Heresy, looking for all that. Specifically Horus Heresy, we need more of you to come by to make more of that content. Always looking to play Star Wars Legion, Lord of the Rings, Middle-earth, and Marvel Crisis Protocol. Any of that stuff is all valid as well. Titanicus, you name it, we'll play it. miniwargaming.com/challenge. We are in Niagara Falls, Ontario, technically Welland, near Niagara Falls. So if you're familiar with the area, that's where we are, if you want to come by and play a game. We are about to deploy. I was about to say we're deployed. We are not deployed. That is a lie. An underground sewage facility in mind here. The loose narrative behind this game and why we're fighting here would mainly be that this is, or was, an Imperial, we'll say, quotes, Imperial planet on the fringe of the territory near the Tau Empire's space. And they had active and friendly communications with the Tau until one day those communications went silent. Obviously the Tau had ulterior motives of bringing them into the fold, taking something from the Imperium, bringing it into their own empire. And sometimes the Tau are patient with that and they'll send envoys, ambassadors, you know, all that kind of stuff, just to go through the normal political...
For the greater good.
Exactly, to get there. And communication went silent. They waited. No word from them. So they decided to send out a little bit of a scout fleet, realized, oh, they're not really there anymore. There was an uprising on the planet, and the Death Guard forces have taken hold, essentially. But now the Tau have noticed also that there is a guerrilla resistance of Imperials still around. Not in this battlefield, but it does give the Tau incentive and one of those, hey, we're going to come by and help you. The Imperium didn't save you, we did. So that's why the Tau are here fighting, and this is just one of the tales of that conflict we have in mind. So both Carl and I are going to deploy, and we are going to recreate one of those very well-known battles on this very well-known planet in the Milky Way. Voila, we are back. Battle is about to commence. I just want to go over some of the deployment options here. For myself and the Death Guard in reserve, in strategic reserve, one unit of Poxwalkers that are going to meander onto the battlefield somewhere. They are deployed to investigate signals if needed. One Rhino with 10 Plague Marines, a Plague Surgeon, and a Tallyman. The Fetid Virion can join a unit if there's another unit in it already. That's the Plague Surgeon and the Tallyman. I don't know how much I love the Tallyman in there. Giving them +1 hits kind of cool, but ultimately not that needed. One Hellbrute. I forgot, I should probably mention the rest of my reserves will be a Death Shroud Terminator unit with the Sorcerer inside of them, all hanging out in reserve, ready to appear when most opportune. Plague Marines in the middle, within Contagion range of the Demon Prince. Same with these. This larger 10-man Plague Marine unit with the Plague Caster will be nearby. They have a variety of shooting weapon upgrades. Blow drone and 5 Plague Marines here ready to ship back here for investigate signals if needed. Carl, on your side, what do we have?
I got my Breacher squad hiding inside the Piranha or the Devilfish just in case I want to zoom up and shock you or something. I have Mr. Storm Surge hiding in the back with nice angles to see all objectives. I have my Crisis Blob with Cold Star with Fusion sitting close by to play shenanigans. Shadow Sun on the objective with this CIB squad of Crisis. Behind the building here, I have my Pathfinders ready to either scout up or stay hidden for a turn. And then the lonely Piranha over in the corner also for investigate signals or table corners.
And what do you got for reserves?
And in reserves, I have my Vespids to hang out and do some weird shenanigans on your end just in case.
Exactly. I always like to have like little cheap things in reserve if I can. Play the game better, especially with tactical objectives. It's harder to gauge what's going to be popping up. Anyways, that's pretty much it. The only thing I didn't mention is the disease I'll be picking to follow my contagion. This game will be... I usually go Worm Skull Blight. I played a few games now. I'm like, that's the one I like the most. It's the most consistent one. It reduces the enemy's weapon skill and ballistic skill characteristic if they are within contagion range of my stuff. The interesting interaction I never considered was the Hellbrute. Again, haven't played with the Hellbrute, my Death Guard in a while. I figured I'd throw him in there. And I thought to myself, well, what does the Death Guard Hellbrute do? Because the shared chaos options for different armies have different variants. This one if I attack an enemy with a ranged weapon, the Flamer or the Multi-Melta, they will be under the effect of my Contagion Aura. They'll be considered to be in range of my Contagion Aura until the start of my next turn. So I pretty much pick something, and then they're going to be -1 toughness and -1 weapon skill and ballistic skill until my next turn. That would be great against the Storm Surge over there. However, he's quite far away from the Hellbrute, so I wish I had a missile launcher Hellbrute instead of the shorter range one, if I'm to be honest. But it's an interesting option for the Death Guard. If you have longer range weapons on your Hellbrutes, you can identify a trouble target in the early turns and essentially give it a better -1 to hit. Because in the case here, the Storm Surge has support systems which ignore modifiers, negative modifiers to his die rolls, but not to his characteristics. I won't be able to stealth against his attacks as a note, but this guy could help me. He's a little too far. Anyways, that is pretty much it. Gonna go ahead and roll off to see who goes first. I got a 2 for the Death Guard. Sure, all right. It would be turn 1 Death Guard because I rolled a 2, I guess.
And I rolled a 1.
Good luck, sir, to you and your Tau. But better luck to me in the Death Guard, because are we going to need it? I don't know. The dice will dictate that soon enough, I suppose.
In a galaxy gripped by fear, Ravaged Star returns! The Veil-Touched return, this time with fresh enemies to battle. Unleash the unyielding might of the Imari, or command the terrifying swarms of the Gorkog. Dive into relentless strategic warfare among the stars in this thrilling sci-fi miniature wargame. Follow the campaign game found early on and seize a free miniature. Yuri and Lasgore, once you pledge at any level. Destiny awaits at miniwargaming.com/ravaged. Rally your forces and decide the fate of the galaxy.
And taking a look at my cards drawing, turn 1, I'll see Assassination. That is a command point if I've ever seen one. I will not be accomplishing Assassination. Not with my build, at least, I guess. And then Investigate Signals as second card drawn. I'm laughing a little bit here. We cut each other's deck, and then Carl just cut Investigate Signals right to the top of my deck. So thank you. That'll be 4 victory points for me. And an easy first turn overall. Don't have to worry about much. I can just reposition some of my elements and keep reality in check. I'm just going to show off the little scorecard here. The D10's on the top. Just going to show off the scorecard here a little bit. I'll be player 1. Carl will be player 2. This is available on the Forge, MiniWarGamingForge.com. There are other options available for prints and whatnot. If you like this and you want to get it for yourself, you can just buy the STL and print it yourself, or made to order from us here at MiniWarGaming with many other options available in different colors. I have these colors because they're the colors I typically use, so that's why they're this way. Now, I'll be keeping track of score in this game. I know I explain it every game, but if you're new to the videos or new to the hobby, I like to explain it anyways, just in case. The D10s on the top will be my primary score, 10s and singles, and then the D10s underneath will be my secondary score, 10s and singles. This is just for like painted army bonus, mostly for Sigmar, honestly, because you do battle round scoring a Sigmar, but you can just put like 1 there for painted army bonus if you guys play with that. In fact, I'm kind of curious, how many of you at home play your casual games using the Leviathan mission pack and then award the 10-point painted army bonus, and just like have many of you won with it? Has that been a thing? I doubt anyone uses it, but if you do, that's okay too. It's kind of funny. More for events, I'd say. I don't know about casual gaming, but more of a question. And that'll be it. You get up to 50 in primary, up to 40 in secondary, up to a total of 100 points. Whoever scores the most wins after 5 battle rounds. And then, of course, command points a turn. But it's also used for Sigmar, battle round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for scoring, because you can score anywhere from 0 to, I've seen 10 victory points for Sigmar. All the same, anyways, I digress. It's time to game. And in my command phase, only thing to really do would be the command points. I do have a tally man in my list. He's in the Rhino, so he won't be able to come into play. However, I won't really need him yet either, so because I'm going to be getting rid of Assassination. So I'm going to go right to movement. These Poxwalkers are going to move back a little bit to get wholly within 9 of this table corner. We're going to surge these units forward. And then my middle is going to push forward with the Demon Prince. I'm not too sure where I'm going to end up, but I'll show you that in a moment. I'm going to keep the Poxwalkers back here. The Fetid Blowthrone is going to whoop to behind this, I think. And then these Plague Marines are going to reposition back here to investigate this table corner. That'll give me 2 points per table corner for a total of 4 victory points. And that'll pretty much be the end of my turn. I'll have a couple random useless shots, and I'll see what I can accomplish from there. But I'll be right back once all this movement is done. Super easy turn 1 for the Death Guard. This is definitely going to be a loosey-goosey game for the Death Guard because I've kind of run out into the open. Sometimes I like to make tables that don't have a lot of terrain because it changes up the game a little bit here. It does give you some clear firing on them in the middle. Now, I put them in a position not to really be on the objective, though, so they're not as important as the Bloat Drone or the Rhino are. So that might alleviate some of the firepower on them, as the Bloat Drone, the objectives are set up to control on the other sides for both players of the containers there. So I got the Rhino and the Bloat Drone on those objectives. These guys just didn't advance enough to get there. They needed a few more inches on their advance. They got a 2. They chose to move 5 because I got a Blight Launcher I want to fire. The second one's unfortunately not going to be in range, but that's fine. I didn't want to advance them anyways. I wanted some of them in cover. Poxwalker stayed back here. I should note at the end of the command phase, Death Guard units contaminate all the objectives they control, and it is sticky until the enemy takes it. So in this case, we sticky this objective, and we move the Demon Prince forward. Kind of wanted to keep, I wonder, let me try something here. I might reconsider the position of the Demon Prince a little bit here. I'm gonna actually put the Demon Prince back here. Him being up there and there doesn't matter too much because he wasn't in range of the objective, and where he is here is still providing a feel no pain for the Plague Marines. This way he'll be near a corrupted objective come my second command phase if he's still around. If he needs to heal, it gives him the option to heal full 3 instead of D3. That's where these Plague Marines end up. We advance this guy quite far, but only really going there, staying in range of the objective right across. And then these Plague Marines are just did a normal move to get within 9. As we go to the shooting phase, they're going to investigate signals. And then as we go to the shooting phase for these Poxwalkers who did a normal 4-inch move, they're going to investigate signals as well. Both the Hellbrute and the Rhino advanced. We got the Rhino on the objective. So the only shooting I really have is this one singular Blight Launcher. And that's it, because all of these weapons up here don't actually have bolt guns, because they have to swap out their bolt guns for whatever they have. He's got a heavy plague weapon, the heavy flamer equivalents for the Death Guard. That guy's just a psyker. Let me check his range, I guess. And the champion apparently gives up his plague knife for a heavy plague weapon. Let's do the plague bolt gun first. Sorry, my target is going to be the Crisis Suits with fusion because of range, and that's honestly it. We got a hit, a wound, and then let me get the Blight Launcher out of the way. We got a hit and a wound. Look at that. Yeah, so the Pipes won't provide them cover because they have their vehicles, technically not infantry vehicles. So 3 up save from the bolt gun, 4 up save from the launcher. It doesn't matter the order because they won't kill anything.
3 up, 4 up.
Hey, no damage. They tried though. They tried. That will end my turn. Now I'm going to score 4 victory points for Investigate Signals because I'm doing 2 table corners. This one over here and the other one on the upside side. With the Poxwalkers, I'm going to discard Assassinate for a command point, and I'm going to end my turn there.
And my first 2 cards, I draw also Assassination and a Tempting Target. Assassination is kind of plausible because there is a giant plague guy in the middle of the table I can shoot at.
Do have a lot more options than I did for Assassination.
And which one's going to be my Tempting Target?
Well, we are going to find out. For Tempting Target, I think I want to go for the middle one. I'm going to see what you want to put there to grab that objective. I got obviously quite a bit of stuff here to counterattack with it. And if you go for that objective, maybe I'll draw into... I can't think of the name right now.
Overwhelming Fire?
That is a relevant one. It's one where I take an objective away from you. I can't remember the name of it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But yes, that will be the target. The other ones are easy for you to do as well, but I don't have as good of a response as that one. I mean, assuming you don't just like get these off the table in one go, which you never know. Other than gaining command points, the Tau don't have much to do in their command phase as of now. So we're gonna go right to the movement. This is, and as a reminder, there is a unit of Pathfinders back here. We didn't forget the scout. We just didn't, they were gonna scout if Carl got to go first. If he was going second, they were gonna stay behind the ruined sewer structure there.
Because moving up here, they would have been within range of their guns just to take a few pot shots.
I would have hit him with the multi-melta, maybe some Havoc Launcher. I wouldn't have advanced to these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there would have been a little bit of pressure on them. Anyways, we're gonna go right to Tau movement and we're gonna show you where this all ends up. And we're back with movement. The hard decision was what to sacrifice for the middle. Not really sacrifice, but it puts them in, a closer position than they probably really want to be. We decided the Fusion Crisis Suit team will be the ones to get within 3 of the objective for Tempting Target. Out of my Overwatch range, because we've got kind of a nasty Overwatch on this unit right here. And that way they don't have to take too many casualties. They did get within range of 12 of this squad, but not that Overwatch is 12-inch range, but the weapons that I really want to Overwatch are flamers. So you guys get
The stronger ones, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got a really nasty psychic flamer Overwatch, so best to avoid all that. So they're gonna stay back there. And then the other Crisis team with the Cyclic Ion is hanging out back there.
Shimmied up just a little bit.
Correct. And then we were debating on this Devilfish being the one to go for, because he rolled a 6 on his advance roll, and it could have boop right to here and then disembarked. But we figured that wasn't worth the sacrifice on the...
Because they would have been well within Overwatch range as well, and that could have just wiped off that unit and not even gotten it.
Yep. So the idea is it's going to commit to this side, not even on the objective, because its OC is not high enough to trump the blow drone, and there was no plans to shoot the blow drone this turn. So all you would do is give me an option of a unit to kill on an objective if I drew the right card. So no point in going for the objective unless you plan on taking the objective. Then on this side of the battlefield, same idea with the Piranha. Couldn't quite trump the Rhino.
Well, actually, it's the same OC,
yeah.
But it's just like, okay, if I'm over on this side, you can disembark and charge me really closely. At least this way, you got to kind of go around.
Yep.
And okay, I can, if I get the right card, I'm in your lines for next turn potentially, or I can skimmer away and do something else.
Yep, so I have to deal with him, and it's going to require me to move over in that direction to do it. And again, even if you go for an objective and you can't take it, all you do is give your opponent options of cards to draw and things to kill. So again, take objectives if you're going to take objectives, but don't just go on them willy-nilly. Now, if you're like, go on the objective and plan to kill something and you whiff and you don't kill it, well, that's just bad dice. But yeah, general rule of thumb, only go for an objective if you know you can take it on your next turn, or else you're giving your opponent options. If they're drawing cards, if they're not drawing cards, it doesn't really matter.
And the Pathfinders just shimmied up their distance, so now that they actually have line of sight and can shoot something, Shadow Sun stayed still, Storm Surge stayed still, so I get some reroll 1s in her aura.
That's
range.
right, Storm Surge gets a lot of heavy weapons too.
So we're going to put our little dice to mark that the Piranha is going to observe or guide, depending the shenanigans that is, for the Storm Surge into your big kit, your Lord, because I can shoot him and he's in my assassination target.
Yep, hopefully he's just thick enough to survive, but when there's a Storm Surge on the other side of the table, probably not. And stealth is not going to help me here either, so Cloud of Flies won't matter.
So all of his abilities, all of his shots are going to go in there because I'm not going to take a -1 just to shoot something else.
Yeah, exactly.
I might as well guarantee I can kill him. We'll see.
Well, good luck, big guy. I'm going to start with the giant shoulder gun. That's a pulse drive cannon for this game here. And it's the blast one, so it's D6 plus 3 shots. All right. Because he didn't move, these are going to be hitting on 2s with the guided.
With the mark light and re-rolling 1s because of Shadow Sun.
Oh, nice. Well, no 1s needed to be re-rolled there. 3s to wound, because it's strength 12. Ooh, 4 of them. Go right to his invulnerable save. We're going to make none of them. And take 9 damage. It's 3 per, right?
3 per.
Yep. Chilling with 1 wound. That's not ideal, but it's a big gun. With this 1 wound left, we're going to do the cluster rockets and then the 2 twin smart missile systems.
So 46 shots.
This is the cluster rocket. It's outstanding. 14. Oh,
16.
Geez. 2s to hit because they're heavy.
And re-rolling 1s.
And Shadow Sun's right there with the run reroll. Damn. 6s to wound the Demon Prince. Hopefully we don't get too many here. Well, unfortunately 3 of them. Fortunately 4 of them connect. We're dead. Bomb, 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 bomb. If I rolled better, he would have lived. If he wanted to live, he would have rolled better. He is out of here. There goes my Warlord. Next up, the Crisis team with Fusion and the Commander, all into these guys. We got lots of Fusion. Next up, with them, we're going to have the Pathfinders
Observe guide for this Fusion squad into them, and then they're going to use their second one for the CIB squad into them.
Yeah, because Pathfinders have a rule they can spot twice. Come the Fusion!
Hitting you on 3s.
My stuff.
And then hitting you on 2s.
From the Commander.
From the Commander. Strength 9, 3s to wound.
And I won't be getting any cover here either. These are AP4?
AP4.
All right, so that's going to kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. There we go. Suppose we have to roll them up. We're not in fusion range, so first, as long as you get 2-ups. We got 1 guy dead, 2 guys dead, 3, 4. Oh,
that kills them.
Nice. That's all 5 dead. No! Well, at least it'll be a quick purge. And we're going to have a new planet in the Tau system soon. You might be able to line up the Haymaker here, because that unit's done resolving. Now the Cyclic Ion is going to unload into the Plague Marines here. They are currently being guided, second guide from them into them. Into the Plague Marines here, and
ignoring all cover and everything else for you.
And I hope you're going to supercharge them.
2 damage each.
I think it goes to. Oh yeah, I'm 2 wounds each. Yeah.
Then yes, I'm going to supercharge them because you're 2 wounds each, and
this will just goes up as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We are about to see these guys also off the table. And
here's the commander hitting you on 2s, rerolling 1s.
Good. Oh, one reroll for Shadow Sun. Thank you, Shadow Sun.
And because I am the exemplar Cal Young, every 6 counts as sustain 1.
Second battle round for that one, not the third.
Oh yes.
It's close though. And then these are 3s to hit.
Rerolling 1s.
Woo! Oh yeah, here we go. I can feel the pain coming. I didn't need Plague Marines to play this game. And a lot of 1s. In the end, just a few misses. These are all the hits. These are wounding on 3s, pretty much no save, and a dead Plague Marine. So you guys do the math here. All right, strength 8. 3s to wound. I don't believe there's any rerolls on the wound rolls.
No,
here.
I don't get that.
Damn, I'll make it a lot cleaner.
Yet.
5, 10, 15. That's a fail. So 15 saves. These are -2 normally, and they ignore cover. All right, 2 damage each. I am looking at 5 up saves. Overall, not a bad roll, actually. It does give me a little bit of faith on them. I am going to, unfortunately, lose 10. 9. I'll have the character and I guess the champion, because he's got a bolter and a power fist. Sure. I didn't need this stuff anyways. It's all good. These are all just chaff. Just nothing. Nothing at all. Now, hopefully I can get a little bit of luck back. They have 3 hazardous rolls per guy. Every one is
3 wounds.
Oh, because they're vehicles. That's right. Yeah.
So every 2 1s is a lost suit.
All right, let's see what we got. 3, 6, 9, 12 rolls. You're going to get a couple 1s, maybe if I'm lucky. You can re-roll them if you want to. It's going to be one that wasn't.
It's just 1 suit.
One dead suit.
That's normal.
Yeah.
That is reasonable.
Unit takes 6 mortals, which just kills 2 Guardian shield drones.
2 shield drones, and then the rest on the unit, or on that 1 suit.
Oh, fair. I did forget a battle shock check for the Rhino. The Piranha forces battle shocks when things get nearby it. He's okay. When it gets nearby, when it finishes moves nearby enemies. For whatever reason, that thing is so terrifying. I can see it. I can really see it. The last things to fire will be Shadow Sun, Pathfinders, and Piranha. Shadow Sun can still be guided by one of these random units here to get +1 hit, though I don't think she really needs it.
No, she's going to just put her only thing that's within range. The missile pod should be within range of them. If not, she's not going to shoot.
All right. 30, 24.
24?
24, maybe? I don't know.
No, I'm going to say...
Well, no missile pods from her. Then we just have the Pathfinders to resolve.
And the Piranha.
The Piranha, not the Devilfish. Oh, this Devil... Oh, he advanced. Oh, he's got an assault weapon.
Yeah. The gun was going to go into them anyways.
Perfect. And we're just going to go ahead and resolve the Devilfish into them. The Storm Surge can spot for them. He's still technically eligible to shoot as per, the rules. But, doesn't really... He just gives him +1 to hit. There's no marker lights on him, I assume.
No. So on 3s...
Nice. A couple more hits because of it.
Strength 6.
3s. That is 2. Well, the 3 ups. We're good.
And the gun drones.
Little drones. There's only 2 shots?
Yeah.
Oh, the twin link, that's why.
The twin link. Yeah. So 1 hit.
And
1 wound.
We are A-okay. There we go. Okay.
So the rail rifles are going to go into the tank. Mm-hmm. And I might as well just throw all the carbines in there too. And the grenade launcher as well, just to have some fun with that one.
Right, we'll go ahead and resolve all that. Might as well Cloud of Flies this. I meant to do it over there, but I just forgot. So we'll try and save this thing from the rail rifles. Let's see what you got.
Okay, 3 rail rifles. Hitting you on 6s because they're heavy and I had to move up and Cloud of Flies.
Oh, not a single 5 in there. Didn't matter, but more of a safety precaution. The single EMP grenade. Thunk.
On a 4, that hits.
Yep.
4 up, devastating anti-vehicle.
No.
Nothing. 4s.
Right, 4s.
12 shots coming in on 4s.
Might be 5s because of Cloud of Flies.
Oh, flies. Yeah, 5 with the cloud.
And then a couple of the foul. There we go.
And then 6s to wound.
Oh, 2 of them. Excellent. And I'm going to roll an AP on these. So I take damage.
AP 0, 1 damage.
I shouldn't. I'll mark it because he heals a wound every turn if this thing shoots at something else. Or shoots it does damage to it. We'll figure out what he does. Then I'll decide to mark it or not. Then what's
So the Piranha he's going to put the drones into your plague
Poxwalkers.
There we go. I was wanting to say plague walkers for a second. And then the 2 seeker missiles, I'm going to ignore the tank and put it into the Hellbrute.
What about the fusion gun?
Oh, and the fusion gun.
Fusion. He's got a bigger fusion gun. He'll go into
him as well.
All right, what are we starting with?
Let's start with the 2 gun drones into there.
All right, 5s? I assume all 4s because it's vehicle, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
And a couple hits.
2 hits, strength 5.
3 to wound.
Nothing.
Is it twin linked?
They are twin linked.
Yep. Hey, we lose the guy.
So the 2 seeker missiles are going to be the green, and the fusion's going to be the orange dice, and they're all hitting you on 4s.
Okay. Oh, 1 hit.
Strength 14.
Oh, probably
with the missile.
3 to wound. Don't roll a 2. Now I have to look it up. I'm toughness 8 at least on the Hellbrute. He's toughness 9. Okay, that's all resolved. We did it. All of the shooting is done. There will be no charging, I assume.
No.
So we'll go right to scoring at the end, which you get tempting target, boom, and assassinate. Womp womp. Really good turn for the Tau there. Absolutely just kind of on me. I should have stealthed them. I meant to against the Cyclic Ion, but I forgot to, so it didn't really matter. Ultimately, they're not that important for the plan, so it doesn't matter too much. They were just there because I like Plague Marines. And 10 points secondary. It's going to be a little hard to recover from that shooting, but general rule of thumb is if they wanted to live, they would have rolled better dice. They chose to die on their own. And that is about it. Good start for the Tau. We're going to go on to my turn 2. Now, let's see if we can't hit you right back just as hard. So, before we jump into my turn 2 proper, just want to give you an update at the end of Battle Round 1. Just flipped all the dice over to what it's going to be in my command phase. I'll have 2 command points to Carl's 3. He's got a 6-point lead on me in secondaries. And I'm going to go on to my turn. Looking at the 2 cards I draw, on my second turn I got polar opposites here. I got Defend Stronghold and Capture Enemy Outpost. Kind of funny getting both of those. I won't be able to capture the enemy outpost, but I can at least attempt to defend my stronghold unless, you want to go and kill them. Luckily I have sticky objectives, so you also have to not only kill them, put a unit there as well. Which, I mean, you got a lot. But I'm going to hopefully put some pressure on them this turn. We're going to see. I'm going to have to make some magic happen with some charges. Again, lost some pretty big. I have this thing where I only really care about one element of my list. If I lose it, I don't lose all interest in the game, but it's like a pretty heavy hit. I hate that you drew Assassination because you probably never would have gone for the Demon Prince. His shots would have been, pretty beneficial to go that way over there. Yeah. So I wanted to try out the Death Guard Demon Prince. I didn't really get much out of it, but that's okay. I still have like a lot of other units to play with. And my command phase will be, I think, kind of done. I do sticky this objective and I sticky this objective. I'm also going to score 15 victory points on primary for holding 3 objectives. Doesn't matter if it's more or not, it's just holding up to 3 objectives is all that matters here. We just got to keep that train going. Granted, denying me the 5 points over here would have had some merit, but we'll take our 5 and we are going to run all the way home with it. And we're good to go to movement. No, I have to do a battle shock on these guys. They're a little scared after what just happened to them. Rightfully so, but they pass on a 6. As a reminder, I have to try and capture enemy outposts. There's nowhere I can really go where I could feasibly do that. So we're going to count that card as a victory point and move along. And by victory point, I mean command point. And then movement. Well, is that not the most interesting part here? We're going to have this unit move first towards the objective. And after that, we're just going to move our Poxwalkers left a little bit. I don't want to fully abandon the objective. I just want to keep it under control because there are going to be Vespids showing up. After that, I believe this Hellbrute is going to commit to fighting this Piranha a little bit because that Piranha is going to be a thorn on my side. I don't want him to freely move around this game. And then with that in mind, we might as well
Overwatch you with the Storm Surge.
Oh, fair. You have to be within 24. He's going to be too far away.
Okay, yeah.
You don't Overwatch with him before. Well, I mean, he's probably not worth it.
No. That's what I was like, hey, you're now within line of sight. Can I Overwatch you?
On top of that, you can't Overwatch with Titanic stuff anymore either.
Oh, yes, that's right. Sure. I forgot about that one.
Get that out of my Warhammer. The little zombies move forward. It's going to be about an 8-inch charge into the Piranha. I'm probably going to get the Plague Marines out up and around this way. I'm going to move and threaten this area. And then I got to figure out, these Plague Marines are going to move up and probably just charge the transports, I suppose. or either advance to that position. And the blow drone is going to go, I'm going to see where he lands, but I want him to go that way also. Over here, after doing some measuring, I had a hard decision. I either stay within 3 of this thing, and thus making it a 9-inch charge, or I commit right to its max move, making it an 8-inch charge, but staying away from that. I don't think it really matters too much, so I'm going to 8 inches away to make a charge. This thing's sticky, so I only have OC3 anyways. If you really wanted to take it, you could. It's not going to make much of a difference. I did, however, move these Plague Marines up 5. They're too far away to advance onto the objective. Unfortunately, they need to get there. That's a 7-inch advance instead of 6. And they're going to go, I guess, threaten that or something along those lines. They'll think about it. That's what they're going to shoot at. And that is about it for movement over there. I do have to disembark the contents of the Rhino, and then we're going to have my reserve show up. Though I am going to keep my Poxwalkers in reserve, because you never know what you're going to get on turn 3. You're going to disembark and get set up on the battlefield there. And again, the Rhino can hold 12. It looks like a lot, but that's 12 models. And we are going to Overwatch with the Crisis team with the Cyclic Ion into the Plague Marines. Then they're going to move that way. So it doesn't really matter. They either move and get Overwatch, or they get set up and get Overwatch. It's all the same. And we're going to supercharge those shots as well. Here we go. 6s to hit, but Shadow Sun's right there. So 1s to reroll as well. I got, I see a couple of hits. Quite a bit of hits, actually.
Like going, and then that's a nice roll, but
not a bad roll at all. 4 hits and 4 hits. These
4
hit
hits
on 3s. Bloop. All 4 of them. That is not ideal. 4 of saves because I'll get cover here though. If they want to live, they will roll saves. That is the mantra. 1 guy dies from the back, and 2 guys die from the back. Kind of inconsequential, just melee weapon guys.
My hazardous roll.
And the hazardous roll. I need to roll only 1-1. I got the 2. Nice. Well, it does kill. The suit makes my charges a lot harder.
Yeah, which is kind of what I was 50% hoping on, but not really.
Means I might just redirect their charge for that way. We shall see how the shooting goes. I had, sorry, I didn't. I have Terminators down. I had already put them down. Once they disembarked and declared the Overwatch, I'm like, okay, that's where they're going to go then. So they were more than 9 away from that 1 model. Actually, these aren't on the table yet. Look at that.
Well, when that happened, because, yeah.
So they will be redeployed properly in a second. So it doesn't actually change. It makes his charge harder, but not their charge. They're going to move now, and then we'll see where after they move, I'm going to put my reinforcements probably in the same-ish area, but I'll probably just have 1 guy right there, I guess. Move their 5 up and over the pipes there. And then, it's about, if I already pre-measured beforehand, it's about a 5-inch charge to get in. I was over 10 away. And then we deploy our reinforcements there. Kind of the same positioning, it just makes it so I still have a 9-inch charge to either target, really. I'll probably just target both because they're both within 9, unless, that guy's not there for whatever reason. And then they're also within 9 of the Devilfish, as well as the, what's it called, the bloat drone, to go that direction, if I need to. I don't know if I will. Shooting will dictate that, because that's where we are right now. I'm going to start with the stuff I don't really have too many options on. We're just going to go multi-melt the flamer into this guy. Shots, a couple hits, a couple, well, 1 wound, and you're going to have cover. You should have a 6-up with cover.
Yep.
You don't. And you take +2 damage. 7 damage on that.
Well, he only has 7 wounds.
All right, well, he's destroyed. Aha! And the flamer into the wreckage of the wreck. Good job, Hellbrute. Way to secure that objective. Next, we're going to have our Rhino fire its Havoc Launcher and Plague Combi Bolter up at the Pathfinders. I'll start with the Havoc Launcher. It should be +2 because of blast. So it would be 4 shots, 3s to hit. We got 2 hits. They don't have a Guardian drone, do they?
No, they can't have Guardian.
That's right. All right, so we got 1 wound. Actually, yeah, you're probably too far away for the contagion. So 1 wound, and let me get the bolter out of the way. We're gonna be rapid firing. Got a wound. 2 wounds. There you go. 2 saves, and you have cover. That's probably 3 ups, I guess.
3 ups, yep.
I will kill neither. Gotta be careful what I do in the middle here for shooting. I'll come back to that in a second. I'm gonna resolve these Plague Marines firing. They're gonna do everything into the Devilfish there. I'll supercharge the plasma gun, and then I got 4 combi bolters. Not combi bolters, plague bolters, sorry. The plague bolters can do no wounds, and 6 to wound. We got 1 wounding hit on the bolters. Might as well just do a 3-up. I will do no damage, and then the plasma gun is going to hit twice, wound once, and it should be a save. Roll a die, we'll figure it out.
It's probably going to be a 6-up save.
3. Nope, that's 2 damage. Hazardous. Ah, the dummy kills himself. That's okay. He got to shoot the gun once. And then we have the little bits of shooting in the middle. We got a Plague Bolter on that guy and the Psyker's attacks. That'll go into the fusion team, I guess. And I will focus the Witchfire, so it's a little more effective. D6 plus 3 from Plague Wind. Ooh, 8. 3 Stoon from Plague Wind. Ooh, that's not bad at all. That is 7 saves at -2. They'll have shield generators. These are 4-ups. Boom, boom, boom. You fail.
That's cocked.
You fail 2 of them.
3
of them. D3 per.
Ooh.
First one is 3 damage. And then a guy has kills
that
one
kills
fully. Boom, boom. The
this
fusion
one,
team,
yeah.
Kills 2 of them, and then 1 of the fusions. Then his hazardous, he's okay. And this guy's bolter, 1 wound. That is it. Regular 3-up save. Ay. I don't think grenades is worth doing. I got 2 command points. I kind of need a reroll in the charge phase real bad, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So with that in mind, we're gonna have this unit of Death Shroud Terminators. That's what their name is. After measuring some ranges, these 2 are going to put their Plague Burst Gauntlets into the Devilfish because it's the only real target they can see and have range on. Whereas the champion with 2 gauntlets will fire at the Cyclic Ion suits, the commander in the 1 suit there. And then our Sorcerer and Terminator armor is going to crush his little Pestilential Familiar inside of that brass orb there and increase the damage of his psychic attack once per game right now by 2 and strength by 2. So increase strength and damage by 2 on that, and that's also going to go into that unit. That attack is called Curse of the Leper. I'll resolve that last, as that could be kind of clutch. We'll do the gauntlets first over there. It'll be 2d6. Haha! That 5 automatic hits, and these 6 is to wound. 1 save. Hurry up! No damage. And then I got 2 d6 shots into the Cyclic Ion. It'll be 7. And these are also wounding on... What's your toughness?
T5.
T5? I don't know what the strength of this is, but that's probably 4 wounds. Nice to wound, because they're not infantry. So 4 saves at 3-up. No damage. Just getting the good saves out of the way. And then we do the Curse of the Leper. So we're going to focus it. It's going to be 2d6 attacks. Let's see Nurgle's number. I'm going to see 8. Ooh, Corn loves it. 3s to hit. Not bad. 3s to wound. Ooh, that's spicy. I'll take that. That's 4 of them. Right to your invuln. But it's 3 damage each. So every fail.
4-ups.
Just does it kills 2 drones and puts
a wound.
You'll have 3 left. 3 left, and I owe you a hazardous. We're good. Oh. The last element of shooting would be this Plague Marine squad here. Looking at their weapons, I'm going to do Plasma Pistol into the Cyclic Ion, the 2 Melta Guns right here within 12 of the Cyclic Ion Crisis team, and then the rest are just play close combat weapons. I got they have weird weapons too. I got to look up, and they are both going to go into the Fusion Crisis team because of range limitations. So one is an infected Plasma Pistol, only one in the game, I think, and he's got a Bull Pistol too. So I'll go ahead and do the Bull Pistol first. Womp. Wounds because it's lethal. 3-up save. No damage. And then the infected Plasma Pistol, I might as well supercharge it because why not? Let's go. I take 3 more wounds. Oh, no, that was the hit roll. Yeah, I missed. Thank you. And the hazardous. Oh, it's the other way around. I actually would have loved that because it's an infected Plasma Pistol. It shoots a beam of plasma. Instead, it's sustained hits D3. That would have been clutch. But whatever, I don't take any damage. Also, okay. We got 2 Melta Guns and the Plasma Pistol into them. I will supercharge the Plasma Pistol. Here are the 2 Melta Guns. 1 hit. It's not infected or anything. That does not wound, sadly. And then the supercharged Plasma Pistol hits and wounds. AP
4-up save.
4-up invuln. Bam, nice, no damage. And then hazardous. We're good. That will conclude shooting. We're going to go to charges. I'm going to start with this Plague Marine unit, charging the Fusion team right in the middle. They're going to roll an 8 and make it. I'm going to commit to right there. This Plague Marine team is going to declare the same target, 5-inch charge. They roll an 8 as well. A bunch of dudes getting into base contact there. No real charges over here because we got rid of the Piranha, yes. And then I'm going to have my Terminators here declare a charge. Before I actually commit to them, these Plague Marines are going to charge the Devilfish. It is a 9-inch charge because the Plague, the Plasma Gun guy killed himself. That is not gonna work. Looking at some of these charges, I don't really need help on the fusion team, I think. I got a lot of plague weapons in there that are gonna help me out. So I'm gonna have, it's a 10-inch charge into the cyclic. This guy's got a 10-inch charge into the cyclic, 9-inch charge into the fusion, but 9-inch charge over here. These Death Shroud Terminators are gonna go and tango with the Devilfish on a 9. Oh, they got the 10. Well, I'm happy with that as well, because they can
That gives you
flip
options.
it. Yeah. No one expects the Fane to charge into the transport. I will give a charge a shot with the bloat drone into the fusion. Whichever one's closer. I think they're both 10s. Don't really matter. 6 ain't gonna do it. He's gonna hang out right there.
You spend your 2.
I'm not gonna. Hypothetical though. No,
That would have been
good. He's gonna sit right there and keep it real.
Yeah,
I think it was all 10s across the board. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 each would have done it.
It would have been nice to have them in the cyclic, but this is also good for me. I'm okay killing a Devilfish off. I believe that will conclude my charge phase. I'm gonna go right to fighting. I don't think I have to worry about a counteroffensive anywhere. So I'm just gonna go first over here because I'm standing here already. Piling in, that guy was already in base contact. This one scooches in, and then these two get in range to attack. And we're gonna slash up this Devilfish. Let's see if we can't just crack it open with scythes and flip it. We got 2 lethal hits, bam, and a miss. These are strength 8, but we reduce your toughness to 8, so 4s instead of 5s. Did it matter? No, I'm gonna roll 8 fails. 5 up saves. You make 2 of them, you only take 2 damage. We'll see what the psychic weapon does. He's got a force scythe. We got, I don't believe they're lethal, they're just psychic. And 2 wounds at -1.
2 4-up saves.
D3 damage on that. It will do 2. You're down to 7. You can fight back. Might as well.
Hitting you on 5s.
All right.
Nothing.
I didn't bother with his, I think it's putrescent vitality, because I didn't think I'd be taking too much damage. It's a psychic ability, as. So didn't bother with Gift of Contagion for the very same reason. It's not going to matter, and it's not worth the perils. So, with that in mind, we are going to go ahead and fight with the larger Plague Marine squad. Alleyman can't fight, but everyone else will be striking at this crisis team, which I am going to try and put a lot of pressure on here and take them out. I will use Sanguous Flux to give my attacks sustained hits 1. I am not near contaminated objective, so it won't be sustained hits 2. And you wanted to use
Stimulant Injectors to give me a 6-up feel no pain against all these incoming attacks.
All right, well, fair enough. I'm going to start with I'll do all the heavy plague weapon attacks, the Plague Surgeon, and then I got a bunch of close combat attacks and bubotic weapon attacks. The heavy plague weapons, you get 2 per 5, so I got 4 of them, and then the champion can take 1 as well. They're like Power Fist, the Flail, the Big Axe, the Mace of Contagion. Those are all, to me, heavy plague weapons. I got like Flail, Mace, Flail, Mace somewhere in there, and then the champion has the Plasma Pistol right there and the Power Fist. Now they normally hit on 4s, but they get +1 to hit for the Tally Man. It's a drop die there. So 3s. That's how the math works on that. Got me a couple more hits. Thank you, Mr. Tallyman. It'll be 3s to wound. There's probably some 6s in there for lethal. Don't really mind. All good on that. I will have 6 wounding hits at -2. I will remember I did Sanguous Flux as well, so the 6s do matter. Unfortunately, I didn't roll any 6s to hit, so this is the wound roll. All the same. 4 Binvolns. Bloop. Okay. That is 2 damage per, so 3 kills the guy and then 1 kills 2 drones.
So we kill that guy and 2 drones.
I'd technically be like 2 drones, dead guy, 2 drones, dead on the next guy, if that makes sense. So 2 more drones are dead, just the commander's drones are left. Just the 2 commander drones are left over. Would like to point out that, remembering a little bit later than it helps, that the Exemplar of the Kalyun on that Overwatch would have meant there would have been 4 more hits on this unit. It is kind of easy to fix, because I didn't attack with any of the models I would have lost yet. So, why don't you go ahead and roll me up 4 more wounds, and we'll try our best to keep the game state clean. So 2 more wounding hits, which would have been 4 ups, which were good. All right.
All good.
All good. I could have lost up to 4 more models there, so Exemplar of the Kalyun means that they get sustained hits on their ranged weapons on turn 2 instead of turn 3, and the 4 6s to hit on Overwatch would have been 8 hits in total instead of 4. Should be all good there, though. Anyways, I have I'm going to do the 2 melted guns to get their close combat attacks out of the way. 3s to hit. 2, sorry, because of the tally. And 5s to wound. 3 wounds, no AP. Because you should be down to toughness 6 to 5.
No, 5 to 4 then.
Ooh, yeah, 3 wounds. I want 4 wounds. Actually, there's a 4 and 3 wound, sorry. 3 ups. I do no damage, to no surprise. And then I have the Plague Surgeon and a plethora of basic bubotic power weapons. 4 attacks with a Bale Sword. I don't know if it's lethal and sustain. So that's a lethal, and then 1 more hit for the sustain. 2 wounds at -2, so 2 4-ups involved. That kid does 2 damage. He's got 2 wounds left. I have a plethora of bubotic weapons remaining. I mean, I only have 1 guy. I got the 2 melting guns in there that can't have them, and then the rest are all heavy plague. There's a little bubotic axe. We have 2 wounds and 2 more hits for sustain, and grand total.
3 would hit
5,
because of
it would.
I'm T4 now.
5 wounds at -2. Maybe we could take that 1 guy.
5 4-ups, invul save.
Oh, we do 4 damage, so it kills him, kills the 1 drone, and then puts a wound on the commander. And that's that unit resolved. As for piling in, I'm not really going to bother. This guy will just get a little bit closer. Consolidating, I should say. This unit's going to attack. Boom, get him in contact, get him in contact. I'll do the heavy plague weapon and then the psyker afterwards. Heavy plague weapon, 1 wound. That is it, because they hit on 4s. It should be a 4-up invul. It's 2 damage, and then the Psychic Corrupted Staff. Attacks with the Magic Stick. 1 miss. These are 3s to wound. 2 of them, -1. So 4 ups.
2 4-ups again.
You're going to make them both. You're good. That is it. You may fight back with said commander.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go into the smaller squad because it's smaller squad. I might as well try and wipe something out.
Try them out, yep.
Hitting you.
Now you are going to be in range of my contagion, so hitting on 5s in melee.
Nothing.
All right, look at that contagion coming in so big there. Okay, well, that is it for my turn. Overall, not too bad. I did quite a bit of damage to the crisis suits, leaving only 1 actually left. And I got 3 different commanders to deal with. I got Shadow Sun and 2 Cold Stars. 1 with Cyclic Ion, 1 with Fusion. And then, of course, that Breacher team inside of this. But we're only on turn 2, so we can try and tango with it a little bit here. At the end of my turn, I'm halfway to defending my stronghold. I make 0 progress to your objective, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm just going to score a command point off of that, and we're going to go on to your turn 2.
And my first card I draw is also Capture Enemy Outpost. You sure we shuffled these decks? 'Cause they're almost identical.
A little suspicious, yeah.
And now my second card is Cleanse Objectives.
Oh, no
Or
man's
cleanse.
land specifically.
Yeah.
Or
Cleanse.
mine. Or just not
Yeah.
the one in your home. At mine, we have them thoroughly surrounded in filth. So it's going to be a little hard to make that work. Capture enemy outposts, again, will be difficult. If I let the Vespids land, that would have been an easy swing. But because that card was active, I can't risk giving it up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Command phase for the Tau, kind of non-existent. You get a command point, I get a command point. Because I discarded a card on my turn, I'm technically up 2, so I'll be at 3 to your 2. And I think we just have to do no battle shocks. You should be good. He's got, what was his total health? 3? 6?
6, so actually he's halfway. So
I think you have to be under half. You might be okay. If you roll me, you know what? Give me a
hypothetical.
Boom. You're good. They do have,
no,
3,
because it was a 4
4.
man.
Yeah, you're good. They're good. Perfect. That guy's healthy in the back. Shadow Sun's super healthy. They're healthy. All as well.
That's good, so.
Correct. So we're good to go right to movement. I should say before we go to movement, you do score objectives. Currently, the home objective for 5 victory points on primary. Here comes the Cyclic Ion team.
I'm going to move up 18.
Pushing right towards my poor Poxwalkers. I don't really have anything to threaten them with an Overwatch, so they're more than free to come up this way. Didn't have to retreat. That's just a normal move for them.
Out.
We are disembarking the Breacher team. Sweep and clear time.
Yeah, they're gonna finish their movement over here, so they're within range to get a.
Yeah, all 10 of them are going to disembark in this little pocket here. Then they're going to move this way. Again, no real point overwatching. There's bolters and stuff. They disembark there and they'll scoot their butts over this way. I don't have anything in range of the objective, so at the end of the movement phase, you'll take it from me, sadly.
Just to keep you. The tank's gonna stay in combat, just to keep you tied up. You did barely any damage to it last turn.
I whipped my roll pretty bad. They should have. They were good. They'll get. You know what? Yeah, you keep it there. You let me kill that tank.
Yeah, just in case you bring it down next turn. How's that?
It's probably in the best interest because I could whiff again, and it does. If I kill it now, I can't get big. It'll be harder to get. What's it called? The one you just said. Bring it down.
Bring it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Coldstar says, I don't want to be here any longer, so he's going to go way back there. With a retreat move, he'll end up back there. Not quite as far, but still pretty far. With his little marker light drone. Yeah. Yeah, like we said, keeping the Pathfinders up there. The last thing will be their Vespid reinforcements. We think about holding them in reserve until turn 3 for a card that might dictate what they do. But because of cleanse, these guys are poking out to cleanse this objective. They won't be shooting. So we're going to try and put some fire on the
Some pressure on them
to alleviate this, yeah.
Yeah.
As we go to the shooting phase, they're going to cleanse this objective they're on. Boop. That'll be 3 victory points later. And where would you like to start shooting?
Well, because they're cleansing, they're going to use their marker light to guide for the Pathfinders into this unit, and the Pathfinders are going to shoot everything into this unit.
Fair. That unit's going to stealth. They're going to Cloud of Flies.
Because I'm going to shoot multiple things into that unit, so you might as well do what.
So I'll give them the stealth rule here to try and help out a little bit. Oh yeah, we're going to start shooting off with the Pathfinders. I'm going to clear Cloud of Flies. They are going to observe for the Pathfinders. Because they're not shooting this turn anyways, they can observe and perform the action. And we're going to see how many Pathfinders can light up my poor Plague Marines. Because we do want to fire the Plague Marines, the Pathfinders do have to move.
To make sure they all have line of sight. Otherwise, like 2 guys had line of sight and that was it.
Yeah. Not in contagion range yet. Turn 3 they will be. They're outside of 6 of these units here. Yeah, +1 of their BS to just right back to their base shots because of Cloud of Flies, essentially. Ooh,
2
couple
hits.
of rail hits. Hate that. These are strength.
10.
2 to wound.
AP 4.
Oh, yep. Yeah, AP 4 and a devastating. So with the devastating, we don't really need the Melt-A-Guns anymore. So we'll lose the Melt-A-Gun and the Melt-A-Gun. I don't have any saves on them, so they're dead. And then we have the Carbines. The single shot grenade launcher.
And I'm going to use the fusion one because it'll be 3 damage.
Thunk.
Misses.
And then a couple.
And then 6 shots with the hitting you on 4s.
Good start. Forced wound. Okay.
3, 4.
Power armor saves. We're going to lose a Plague Marine on that. I guess the regular weapon guy. Next up, we have the commander.
Are going to shoot normal shots, not overcharged, into your Poxwalkers.
Try and clean them up. Now, does anyone want to observe for them? The Pathfinders can, because they're eligible to shoot. That could be one of their...
Yeah, that'll be one of their 2 abilities.
There we go. One of their... Because they can observe twice. Back to your base ballistic skill because of my Worm Skull Og.
Hitting you on 4s.
Rattle Skull Og. Yeah. This is the regular crisis suit on 4.
And then hitting you on 3s with the commander.
Only a couple misses. Nice.
Oh, exploding 2 because they are guided.
They're being guided, yeah. The Exemplar of the Callion, that is an extra 6 hits. Extra 12 hits because they're being guided. Yikes. Well, I'd actually rather the Poxwalkers die here, if I'm to be honest. But you could just 2 command points move afterwards. Full Cyclic Ion.
Strength 7.
Oh, 3s it is then. It's going to be 15 wounds, feel no pains. And when I went to go say feel no pains, we completely forgot about the stim injectors on the crisis suit team there with the fusion. The easiest way to resolve that is just give the command point back to Carl. So
I completely forgot about that, even though I was like, yeah, I'm going to try and save, and that's fine.
It would have saved, ultimately probably would have saved a couple wounds on the commander in the back there.
Yeah.
He's already taken, I think, 4, so that's about what he would have saved. But in the end, he also got the command point back, so it should keep the game state clean. These are my feel no pains. These should be 15 of these. That's 5 I rolled, 10, 15, yeah. Knocked over one of those feel no pains to a 4, so I'll have 2 remaining Poxwalkers here. Who are the best 2 to keep? It's not going to really matter. So we'll lose 1, 2, 4. We'll just lose all these guys effectively, keeping these 2 remaining in the back there. I guess I'll go like that, I suppose. Keep those 2. Opt to risk the charge as opposed to the fire and fade strat. Is that
strike and fade?
Strike and fade, yep.
Yeah, actually, no, you're right. I should actually strike and fade because that's going to guarantee me getting
strike
those.
And fade, I would highly recommend strike and fade, yep.
So yeah, it's going to cost me 2 CP and I get another 12-inch movement.
Yep, they're going to go park their keysters right here, take this objective away, and just gain a monumental amount of victory points. I got effectively like OC1 on there at best, and you're going to trump that. So that's going to give you 8 victory points for capturing enemy outpost and deny me my freaking...
Your defense stronghold.
That's unreal. We're going to have the Devilfish fire into the Death Shroud to get it out of the way. We're going to have the Devilfish.
Shadow Sun is going to guide the Devilfish into that, and I'm going to put the 2 Seeker Missiles there, and since you worsened my AP, or my ballistic skill shooting you, I'm going to split fire and just put the basic shots there because I'm hitting you on 6s no matter what.
Oh, you could just put all the shots over there and not take the -1 BS.
All right, why not? Let's have fun with that.
But I'm already giving you -1 BS for the thing. It doesn't really matter. All the shots going that way because the only thing we care about is the secret missiles.
Yeah.
So it's going to fire both of its secret missiles, which are 1 use only. And so
Hitting
you
you
are currently -1 to hit because the big guns never tire, and -1 ballistic skill because of my Death Guard rule. But you're +1 to hit, so you're hitting on 5s.
5s.
Yeah. Seekers. We got zip. Oh,
Nothing.
wow. There we go. The Death Guard
Otherwise,
rule.
that would have been 2 hits for sure.
And then the burst cannon and the 2 drones afterwards. 4 shots. Same idea, hitting on 5s. And
Strength 6.
Nothing.
Nothing.
All right. And then we have the drones. 1 hit and wounding on a 6, re-rolling. Oh, let's see. We're good. All right, the double fish is done. And next up, the Vespids are going to fire into the Plague Marines. All right, hit me on 4s with the Vespid guns. 4s to wound. That is 3. P2 on that gun still. Damn, nice. Okay, so I have a 4-up save with cover. Ooh, helps. I lose one of my bolt guns. Next up, we come to the Storm Surge.
He's going to put the cluster missiles into these 2 guys, and everything else is going to go into them.
And no one's going to observe. He's heavy, so he gets +1 to hit anyways. And he ignores stealth because he ignores any modifiers to his die rolls. The shots into the smaller Plague Marine team.
46 shots.
Not bad.
Rerolling, hitting you on 3s, rerolling 1s because I'm still within range of Shadow Sun.
Rerolling. Thank you, Shadow Sun. 4s to wound. 5 wounding hits. We're just going to get the smart missiles out of the way as well. Never mind, only the cluster rockets are going to them. You'll do a damage then. Go on the champion. We'll do the big gun, D6 plus 4 shots because of blast. Okay, 7.
Hit those dice legally.
3s!
3s, rerolling 1s.
Ooh, couple misses. And the 2 rerolls. We got 5 hits. These are 2s to wound the Plague Marines. Womp, womp, womp. 5 1s. Let's go. Nope, not quite. Will be in the way, so we'll get cover there. With that, it's AP 3, so we'd have a 2 up, so with 3 die. Well, with 3 of them dead, we're gonna lose 1. What are you? 2, 3. Why not? So we got those 4 remaining. Now we have the smart missiles.
Hitting you on 3s.
Oh, he's got just 1 set of smart missiles?
They're twin link.
He's got 2 twin smart missiles. We got 3 hits, wounding on 4s, rerolling because it's twin linked. Reroll the 2 fails. I reroll that one. 3s. We're good. And then we have the 1 giant rocket it fires.
No, yeah.
Probably
That's a miss.
All right.
That's a miss because it would have been a 3.
Right through him. Next up, Shadow Sun's going to
And
fire.
they're going to use their second guide for Shadow Sun.
All right.
So she'll be...
To counteract the stealth on him.
Yeah.
So she's got a...
Flechette and some other stuff.
She's got a bunch of weird guns.
Yeah.
Starting with the flechette.
5, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. 3.
5s to wound. All right. 4. Is it devastating or anything?
No.
All right. Let's see. 3 ups. Well, we take 1 damage from that. Put a wound on this guy. And then we have the missile pod next.
On 2s.
Couple hits.
Strength 7.
3s. 1 of them. AP 1, I think.
AP nothing.
Oh, well then we're good on that one. And then we
And
have
then the Melta.
The 1 Melta shot. Thunk. Hit. And
Strength 10.
3 to wound. That's a 1. All right. So she does 1 damage. And with that should be the end of Tau shooting because the Cold Star retreated.
The Pathfinders were the first ones to shoot and do some damage.
They started this show off.
And they caused you to use your Cloud of Flies.
And then they already shot
They
and
shot,
moved,
moved.
and they can't charge after that. They don't need to.
No, the Vespids did their shenanigan.
Yep. They killed the 1 guy. Devilfish shot over there, missed. Storm Surge did okay over there.
Their cleansing,
Which is done now. That's 3 victory points. Yep. So
And-
no charge. Well, we got this fight to resolve. You fight me. Oh, I fight you first, technically.
go ahead.
Start with the Terminators, and they're gonna strike. They hit on 2s. I got 4 wounds on lethals, and then 4s to wound. So a total of 8 saves at -2.
8 5-up saves.
And you make so that's 14 damage.
Will I finally blow up?
Does
and
it
do some damage?
Explode?
Please?
Nope. It just brought low.
Why do I always roll a 1 for the explosion? Come on, I want to see some 6s.
It's just not very dramatic. He just leaves the battlefield. He's like, boop. But it will allow me to consolidate onto the objective, I guess. Let's have 2 of the Pathfinders, Breachers in range. It's OC4. I can only get 2 of the models in range, which would be a total of OC2. Objective control 2. This guy's out of range, like I said. So as much as I can consolidate towards the objective, I'm not able to do much with it. So we'll have you just move up this way. We'll use that 3-inch move all the same, just to gain some ground. At best, even that guy in range 3 does not trump the 2. So at the end of the turn, you do complete cleanse for 3. Unfortunately, you do capture enemy outposts for 8. And that was your 2 secondaries. That's all.
Yep.
You're just crushing the secondary game here. Put you to 21 secondary and worse off. I don't get Defend Stronghold. So it's a dead card in my hand on the upcoming turn. With that in mind, we're going to go to the 3rd battle round, which means Kalyan is fully active. And I will have a larger aura of -1 ballistic skill, weapon skill, and toughness. Just an update at the end of the 2nd battle round. I did tick up all the turn and command points for my turn here coming up. I'm only at 19 to your current 26. You're just, the secondary game is so strong for the Tau right now. I have to just try and limit you down to that Storm Surge and just start rocking the secondary game, and hopefully you don't get too many more points here. As we go to my turn, I'm only going to draw 1 freaking card too. Still have Defend Stronghold from the previous turn. That's going to be difficult to achieve. Not too sure what I can do about that. And Overwhelming Force is my new card. It's kill things on objectives. That's not too bad. I kind of already planned that with the Breacher team, so that's going to be 3 victory points if I could take them out. And somehow, if I could deal with the Commander, I could, but I don't know if I will. We'll see. Overwhelming Force caps out at 5 victory points, so 2 units killed on objectives. So this is an option. Breacher team's an option, so is Commander Shadow Sun, but I'm not too sure how durable she is.
4 up invul.
That's about it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I do have the Plague Marine squad there that could grief it. So I probably will attempt to go for that, I guess. And we're going to see what we can acquire there. With that in mind, we're going to go into my command phase. I do have a lot of Battle Shocks to do. I don't believe I want to heal anything with Gift of Decay. So, for Battle Shocks, these guys, they are not Battle Shocked, they're brave and good to go. This Plague Marine team is good. This is all good. That one is very not good. Oh, you know what? I am going to cheat and use Insane Bravery because I can't afford for them to Battle Shock.
You needed that. We were discussing that.
Yeah.
That was the one that we were discussing. You needed to have that one because you were just within 3 of that.
That was the only unit within 3 there. And as I rolled that, I remembered, oh yeah, I have to do this beforehand. So I could delete the footage, I guess, and correct it, but I'll be humble. And I'm just going to blatantly cheat and use Insane Bravery on them instead. Which was also part of the plan because I want to corrupt the objective as well. So yeah, I'll go down to 2, use my once per game Insane Bravery for them to auto pass, and I'll roll theirs up there as well.
Don't watch them fail.
They will pass their 6. They are a-okay. So no one fails Battle Shock yet, but it does force me to burn a command point. I was going to do that no matter what going into the command phase. And that is it for my turn. Oh, sorry, not turn. That is it for my command phase. I will score 5 victory points for this objective, 5 victory points for that objective. Those are the only 2 I control, and they're both going to be sticky right now. With that in mind, I need to deal with them, I need to deal with them, and I need to deal with Shadows. And I think, sadly, there's not much I could do about this. So, I don't know really what to do there at all. Maybe try and put pressure on this Crisis suit, at least, and let the Commander do whatever he wants. But for the most part, I might just worry about them later. As for moving, I am going to... I mean, Overwatch on these guys could be pretty freaking nasty, so I think I'm just going to remain stationary with them. I'm not going to risk it. All right, before I do that, I do have to remember the Tainted Narthisium on the Plague Surgeon does let me bring back 1 more Plague Marine, which is going to join the unit, and we're going to threaten Shadow Sun with it. Just put him back to kind of where he died. Keep it thematic. Don't want to gain movement out of that, because that's boo. Only really want to do movement shenanigans like that under extremely sweaty situations. Right, we are moving them forward towards Shadow Sun. She's going to Overwatch to protect herself, and on a 5-0 she gets a CP back because that's a built-in rule she has. Bam, and then we're going to see what her Overwatch looks like. They're going to be the ones to Overwatch, actually. They're going to be a little better off doing this. Wouldn't get the CP back, but didn't really make the roll anyway, so it don't matter. Rail Rifles!
And every 6 is 2 hits.
Yes, Kalyan. Oh, thank God. Got the Grenade Launcher for the Fusion. Oh, that's 2 hits. Boo, Kalyan. And should be 4s or whatever.
Strength 6.
3's to wound. 2 of them. No cover on them 4-ups. That does finish off the wounded guy. And then we have a bunch of Carbine. And the Carbine. Every 6 is 2 hits. I see nothing. All right, well, we still got the 1 kill. Could have had 2 there. Not too bad at all. Have these guys move. They might try and deal with that commander, actually. Why not? We're going to move towards that commander because we got sticky objectives, and we're going to try and kill him and take him out. Don't really want to have to worry about him. Otherwise, the rest of my moves, I'm starting to run out of models too, so it's getting a little more complicated. I'm going to use this Rhino to deal with the Pathfinders up there because they're right on the edge there, so I can just charge right here to engage them. So drive him up to there, and then Mistor Hellbrute is going to come this way. He is going to make it right there just to get in range for his Multi-Melta to apply the disease to him, hopefully. And then these Poxwalkers are going to advance. 3! Excellent. I can move up and get a cleanse later if I need it in future turns. And I wonder, it's not quite the end of my movement. I still have to figure out these 3 units here. I don't love it, but I think I'm going to have the Death Shroud are going to come up and around. The Bloatron's going to fight on this side, and these Plague Marines are actually going to commit to the Vespid back here. That's it. That's what's up. Just like that, these dummies only move 4, so up and around, and that way. I don't think I'm going to risk firing their gauntlets at all. I'm better off just going in and trying to clear them out in melee, just so I know where I'm going to end up. And that's it for movement. I do have to bring my other Poxwalkers in from reserve, though. It is turn 3 after all. And I did forget about these Poxwalkers are going to move up towards the suits because they're going to be so brave and they're going to take back this objective for me. And then these Poxwalkers show up from reserve to do the same. More than 9 away. Near my territory here, so hopefully if they make a charge, they can do some damage. I mean, I'm not expecting much. As for shooting, I'm going to keep it nice and simple. 3 bolt guns into them. 3s. That is 2 wounds, and 3s to wound. Okay, 5 saves at no AP. We're just feeding bolt rounds right into their bodies. I'm going to kill 3. All right. Just poof.
1, 2, 3.
All right. There we go. Easy peasy. No shooting over here. This Hellbrute is going to put his Flamer at them. If I'm in range, I don't know if I am, but the Multi-Melt is going to go this way. Just double checking his range. Too far away from the Flamer, but that is A-okay, because it's not important. It was like a maybe shot. Let's see what we get. We're going to hit once with our Multi-Melta, and we're going to wound, yes, 4 up invuln on this one lad here. Shield, shield. The rest of my shooting is quite simple. I believe I'm going to throw grenades at Shadow Sun. We'll see. I'm going to start with, actually no, this Rhino is going to fire up at those Pathfinders. Bolter first, all hit. 2s to, you have -1 wound drone on them? No, they can't take
They
one.
can't take it.
Yeah, they're toughness 2, so these are 2s to wound. 2 saves. You're going to be in cover. Let me get the Havoc Launcher out of the way because it's the same idea. It'll be 6 shots plus 2, so 8. 3s to hit. Good start. Good central landed shot. The bolter obviously ranged it in. 2s to wound as well. So on top of the 2, you have 5. 7 saves at no AP. Well, here are their saves with cover.
3 ups.
I kill 2. Eat that. And then I have the Plague Marines down here. Do his focused Witchfire and the bolt gun into the commander because I want him dead. For that ye old fancy bolt gun, a couple of hits. And your toughness 5 on him or 6?
T5.
Well, 2 wounds then. Because you're within 9, therefore toughness 4. Whatever your saves are.
3 up.
Yep, no AP here. I will do no damage, and then the Flamer Plague Wind, 1 shot. 4 shots because it's +3 when it's focused. 3s to wound, 2 at -2, so you have invulns. 2 invulns.
4 up saves.
Ooh, that potentially could kill him. So 2d3 damage, no CPs to reroll because of Vox Static. You take 6.
That's enough to kill him.
All right, boom, boom, boom. Excellent. Well, that gives me some more options for them, I suppose. So we're going to throw grenades from these Plague Marines into Shadow Sun. And we're going to deal 2 mortal wounds to her, which will pretty much kill her 2 Guardian drones. Boop, 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 boop.
6.
Scrap that. She does not have those shield drones. She only has the advanced Guardian drone and the Command Link drone, which is -1 to wound for shooting and CP's back with the uplink. So he's got 4 remaining wounds. And then the unit's going to go ahead and fire. Have the plasma pistol and his bolt pistol in line of sight. So these guys, well, this guy is going to fire up here with his sustained hits, infected plasma pistol. Ooh. We'll do lethal bolt pistol. Bam. Hits, -1 to wound though for shooting. Nope, no wound there. Plasma pistol, not going to supercharge. Hits, wounds. Right to your invuln, which is probably a 4 up.
5 up invuln.
Well, 1 damage all the same. Just got 3 wounds left. And then I got the plasma pistol up that way. Bloop. Misses. Or sorry, he gives himself +1 to hit, so it hits. Wounds as well. And you, I believe, have a 5 up save with cover. And no, That's one more dead there. Okay. I think that's it for shooting. Or shooting that I care to do. I am going to start the charges off over here for no real reason. They're going to go 8 inches. We're going to charge over here. And then up next, the Death Shroud Terminators are going to charge. Debating on throwing grenades here. Defensive grenades. Photon grenades, I guess.
But I'm not going to use it.
It would make my 3-inch charge a 5-inch charge. Let's see. I have no reroll. It wouldn't have mattered. 12.
Yeah.
There we go. Or they're all going to get into base contact one way or another with that charge. Mr. Bloat Drone will charge a 7. We're just going to keep him nice and controlled right there. From Mr. Bloat Drone, we come down to this squad of Poxwalkers declaring a charge that way. No, they fail. Do I want to charge them? Probably not. Because I would just lose them, I think. And I'm not really going to get much damage in on
Really
them.
crappy hitting in melee, so there's that potential. But you would be tying me up, forcing me to shoot you.
I will do it. What am I talking about? I forgot I have -1 weapon skill.
Yeah, that's what I was be like. You're better off to do that
do it.
because I'm in contagion range.
Let's go. You know what? I have no control over these Poxwalkers. They got no brains. They only see flesh in front of them. Well, flesh beneath the metal. My other charges, this Rhino is going to charge the Pathfinders. Same idea. -2 to their charge because of the 1 drone they have. I'm just going to go boop. I'll get within 1 inch vertically and 5 horizontally. Sorry, the other way around. 5 vertically and 1 horizontally.
I'm glad you tried to charge with them because I was actually going to photon that unit if they charged up here.
That one actually doesn't stack. I learned that in my last game. The drone they have doesn't stack with the grenades.
But it would still cause you for a battle shock test, but yeah.
True. They will charge them now because they don't have a commander to go for any longer. 6?
4 inches, I don't think that's going to do it.
4 inches, no, because I'd have to get over here, and I believe that's like over. No, I need to go to about this great 4 takes me to there. So they will fail. Not bad, not bad. We're going to charge Shadow Sun with this squad of Plague Marines. We're going to roll a 7. That was an aggressive roll. I didn't like that. Knock things around. 7 will be good, though. Charging them in like that. So overall, we are just absolutely annihilating each other, and we're going to hope for the best. I charged everything I care to charge. This guy's too far away, but he's ready to
Do something
for that objective. He's eager to get in the battle. You know what? You're not going to counteroffensive. Let's do these Poxwalkers first. Attacks between the 2 of them. I miss every attack. They're 5s to hit. Moving on to these Plague Marines, we'll have this guy pile into the base there, and we are going to strike. I'll do the heavy Plague weapon first on the champion. Got a hit. He got 1 6-up save. And crump. We cave in one of their heads.
Bonk.
And then they have Plague Knives. It's nice stabbing time. 3s to hit. That's a wound. And these are your toughness 3, so 3s because of the corruption. So 4 wounds, no AP.
Can I make 4 4-ups to keep him alive?
Stab, stab, stab. Oh, well,
Just.
yeah, I've seen those 2 first.
I saw the 4 and the 6, and I was like, oh, and then I see the 1, I'm like, nope, can't do it.
Nowhere to consolidate, so they're going to hang out right there. Let's go to the Terminators. They are definitely going to sweep and try and cleave right through the entire Breacher team. 6 attacks per scythe, hitting on 2s. I got 1 lethal. 2 lethal, sorry. 2s to wound because you're down to toughness 2. No AP though. That's kind of the questionable. I was curious if the math was even better just doing like the strikes or the AP, but it's 6 less attacks. So 6, 10, 13 regular saves.
13 4-ups. How many will survive for the bloat drone to munch?
Oh, not much. 2 remaining. Now, you could pull away from the bloat drone. I'm not allowing him to attack, but you'd also be pulling away from the objective. This is how you're pulling your casualties. It means I won't be able to get him with my drone, but it does mean I take the objective all the same. But, ooh, I still have to attack with my character, actually. We can get you with his force scythe. Don't whiff.
I was going to say, hey.
2s. Thank you. 2 5-ups. My victory points. Okay, I got
Yeah.
it. They're dead. Thank you, goodness. So
Very small chance.
I get my 3 victory points there. I almost screwed that up a little bit. Well, they're going to consolidate towards the objective. So that guy will get within 3, allowing these guys to all generally consolidate just to get some ground. Hide a little bit better, too. This guy is going to consolidate afterwards, somewhere up this direction. He's going to move about 3-ish there. That's where he'd be with a consolidate from his old position. Just measured it now. And I guess, let me do the Rhino. Let me get the Rhino out of the way. Attacks with his armored tracks.
On 4s.
1 wound. No AP.
4-up save.
I run 1 down. Bop. And lastly, into Commander Shadow Sun. It's also critical that I remove her because that'd be the second unit killed on an objective for 5 victory points. We're going to start, we've got 1 heavy plague weapon, 2 heavy plague weapons. They're going to start this off. I'm going to try and make sure I get this kill. I don't think I need it. I'm going to use Sanguous Flux here to give them sustained hits. Here are the 2 plague weapons. Nothing there. The Tally Man is making them hit on 3s, thank goodness. And 2s. 4 invulnerable saves.
4 or 5 up saves, otherwise she's probably dead.
You make 2 of them. That's 4 damage that gets her.
That's
barely.
just enough to kill her.
That's pretty much all the attacks I had. I had a couple more valuable attacks, but we do get Shadow Sun. I could consolidate onto the objective, I guess. Like 0 interest in dealing with this thing. Whatever, we'll just consolidate. We're all still within 3 of the objective here. So we'll just hang out there, look imposing, and be like, this is our home now. Oh. These Pathfinders can attack the Rhino back. He's not in range of them because of him. He's technically in range there as well. It just kind of looked cool, him hanging out up there. Hit on 6s because of my contagion. Hey, look at that. It stopped
1.
a couple. 3 actually stopped 4 hits, funny enough.
Wow, the one time they're actually angry enough to actually do something.
They're too sick
and
to
a
hit.
6 to wound you. Nothing.
All right. That should conclude that fight. Then you get to fight back with these Crisis and Commander. 6s to hit, and then 5s to hit. So this is the
6s and then the 5s.
Oh, we're good.
Absolutely nothing.
Excellent. We're gonna eat up some fire there. It's true. It's true. That worked out quite well. And that is the end of my turn. Not too bad. I am going to get rid of Defend Stronghold for a command point, and I got 5 victory points for overwhelming force. I killed the Breacher team. And I killed
Shadow Sun.
Shadow Sun. We're going to go on to turn 3 for the town, see what they have to do this turn.
And for my next 2 cards, first one I draw, Defend Stronghold.
It's unbelievable, man. It's like this uncanny.
We're just back and forth. Just as soon as you get rid of it, I'll draw it. And then my second card, Investigate Signals.
Okay, well, that is also going to be difficult. Command phase, we both are at 2 command points, and we got some battle shocks. To investigate signals is going to be kind of tough. I went with obviously a more numerous build of Death Guard all over the place. I got hit pretty hard in the beginning, but it was all inconsequential stuff for the most part. So I have a lot of units all over the place still, and I've got you down to
3 units.
3 units, so that's going to be hard to. It will make investigate signal. What's the move on a Storm Surge?
Oh,
I have no idea. Like, you could get the 2 victory
8.
points with... Well, you could probably get the 2 victory points with him, but then you're giving up a Storm Surge shooting, so...
yeah, and right now, even if I can try and shoot you off of 1 objective, you still own 3
I got these
in the
3
center.
here. Yeah.
So there is still that option. So
You would have to see... Now, you could retreat over here and shoot me off of that objective, deny me 5 victory points, which is not that bad. But it means that these guys are retreating. As for your command phase, though, I don't think you have to do any battle shocks with what you have remaining.
No, nobody's below half. If you killed 1 more guy there, I would have to, and that's it.
Yep. And
you wiped out every other unit.
Mr. Storm Surge is good. So that means you're going to get 5 victory points for controlling this objective. Again, my little dummies here are only OC1 to your OC4.
4.
Yeah. Which will put you at 10 primary, and I think we're good to go to the movement phase where the secondaries are going to be overall kind of difficult. Well, the plan is, in the movement phase, these
Pathfinders.
walkers, the Pathfinders are going to retreat from the Rhino, back it up, because they're not going to be doing much shooting this turn anyways. So they won't be eligible to shoot, which means they won't be eligible to...
Marker light.
To marker light anything. That's okay.
And I couldn't shoot the railguns into combat anyways, because I'm not a vehicle.
They're not pistols, you're not a vehicle, yeah. Are they going to stay in combat and kill them in shooting, or are they going to retreat?
They're going to stay there and shoot them.
All right, fair. He's going to anchor.
He's going to keep his anchors down, so he has still the +1 to hit you.
With all
and
that, yeah.
he's going to split fire
Everywhere.
as much as he can.
Yeah, fair. So that'll be the end of movement. I'm just going to pull these 2 because you are -1 to hit, but it's enough shots that I don't care to roll it, so they're dead. Okay, you were going to split fire then. Well,
Yeah.
I'll leave them in there all the same.
But I won't get any minuses, but the initial minus from your contagion.
You'll get big guns. Well, you're going to be -2 to hit because the big guns never tire, and my contagion.
Yo, dang, I keep forgetting about that one, yeah.
It's tech. I shouldn't say -2 to hit because some people are like, Luka, you can't stack -2 to hit. Much like marker lights, this is the exact opposite mechanic where they reduce your characteristic, and then big guns never tire modifies the die roll, so they do stack.
So
But we'll roll it anyways. I'll keep them where they were. One was in base contact there, one was there. Do you want to split fire or put everything into them?
I am going to split fire.
All right.
So the green crisis suit is going to put all of his shots, normal shots, into those two poxwalkers, and then the cold star is going to supercharge his guns to try and shoot that unit.
All right. And you're not going to supercharge his?
No.
There's no reason to.
No.
Well, we'll start with him.
But
yeah, so no reason to spot them either. Not that you really could, but let's start with the crisis suit.
loading
6 is to hit, but every 6 is...
2 hits.
2 hits,
Oh,
yeah.
1 hit, sorry. 1 hit because it's not
additional
guided.
hit, yeah. So we have... Okay, never mind. I take back what I said. They all miss. And the hazardous shots into the Plague Marines on 5s because he's a commander, I assume.
Yep.
Oh, we got 3 hits. 3s to wound. Okay. No cover here. These are -2. I save 2 of them. That guy dies. And then you have 3 hazardous checks. And it's going to be... You're good. All 3 of those are fine. Hey, there we go. Well, dang. I take back what I said. The Poxwalkers live, and instead a Plague Marine dies. And the only other thing to fire is the Storm Surge. We're going to figure out all his targets, and we'll be right back.
I'm going to put the Pulse Blaster Cannon into this squad here.
Big gun right up there.
And then I'm going to put all the missiles into there.
Including the smart missiles?
The smart missiles and the cluster missiles, but the destroyer missile is going to go into this unit. And then the flamer, it's only within range of them, so it's going to hit them too.
Oh, so half shots into them, half shots into them. Let's do all the little shots into them. All the missiles.
Oop, 46
from the cluster.
From the cluster.
Again, not
16
bad.
again.
These will be -1 BS because the contagion are on those Plague Marines now. So looking at 4s because of heavy, giving a +1. Anchored down. Does it matter? Are there any 3s anyways? 1 miss because of my rule. Look at that.
But I have exploding sustain hits 1.
Oh, Cal Yun. That's
on
right.
all those.
So 3 more hits. Roll the wounds. Should be 4.
Strength 5.
All right, and then we'll do the smart missiles afterwards. We got 4 saves. Oop, and smart missiles. There's 2 sets of smart missiles on them. Well, 2 misses on the first one. And 3 hits on the second one. And 4 is to wound, but it's twin linked. So we'll reroll that. All right, 7 saves. 3 of saves, because no AP. You are going to kill that champion and put a wound on the nerd. You'll have 3 wounds left, and this guy's dead. Now onto the other unit, the big gun.
D6 +3.
Okay.
7 again.
4 is to hit because of heavy. Giving you +1. And it's going to be 4 hits because of the 6. Strength enough to be 2s to wound.
Yep.
That is 3 of them. AP 3, I will have a 5-up save because of cover. Doesn't help, 3 die. That's going to actually start going into the character. So 1, 2, and I guess they're separate now. I'll put some damage on the tally man. 1 wound left.
Now let's see if the destroyer missile hits him on a 4-up.
Hey,
yes.
Hit, and 2.
2 to wound.
Oh, yeah. AP 4, 6-up save. Nope, he's dead. Bye-bye.
And now for the flamer, D6 hits.
It's
6. Strength.
5. But it's twin linked, it looks like.
Yes, it is.
So 3 wounds plus just that.
3 wounds.
3-up save because I'm sure it ignores cover. Does that have AP?
No AP, but it does. It is torrent.
Yeah, okay, auto hits, yeah. So 2 wounds.
And
Big Doctor, you've done it. You got 2 wounds left. Storm Surge killed 2 units of Plague Marines there. Yeah, these 2 Poxwalkers get to fight. Better watch out. There's no charging. Right to fighting. I hit 3 times. I don't believe they're lethal. And I wound none at all. I'm a dumb liar. They're lethal hits. That's 3 wounds. 3 of save.
Okay.
I was lazy, didn't want to look. No damage. Aha! Look, it makes no difference. Punching me right back. 6s with the crisis suit. That is nada. 5s to hit with the commander. Okay, 2 hits. Should be
Strength 5.
3s it is. Okay, 2 wounds. I don't believe I have an armor. I'm gonna double check. Okay.
But
I have an armor save, but I do have a 5 feel no pain. So there we go. They are just gonna remain to be annoying. And that will be the end of your turn 3.
And I will discard Defend Stronghold because I can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, I could, but I would have to move him over, and then that would have been a lot worse shooting and then charging. So that.
Or I was going to say you can also discard Investigate Signals and draw 2 new cards on the 4th turn if you'd like.
I thought you only discard 1.
You can discard as many as you want, but you only ever gain 1 command point.
Ah, I see, I see.
Now, considering that it would be very valuable to get that objective back, kind of jump the gun, we're going to charge the Storm Surge into the Doctor.
That's a 9-inch charge.
Let's see what you get here. A 10. Look at that. Welcome. We'll make it work. There he is. Right there. I don't like the pipes stopping big things, so we'll just shift him over a little bit, all the same. And we're definitely going to tank shock here, otherwise he's going to do no damage at all. Strength 8, you're gonna roll 10 dice because my toughness is low. You need 2 5-ups. You got him. There's a dead doctor, and the objective is yours. And with that in mind,
I will keep Defend Stronghold because he's got an OC of 6.
I'm not gonna bother. Yeah.
There's nothing you can deal with that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to discard Investigate Signals, so at least I can try and get some more points.
Yep, you'll go up to 2 command points there. We're gonna go to the 4th battle round. You'll be at 3. I'll be at 3 myself. And I'm going to do a quick overview on the score here and show you what it looks like as we go to the 4th battle round of this game. You are left with some Pathfinders, this Crisis team with a commander,
and the Storm Surge.
One giant Storm Surge in the back there. But I am left with lots of objectives in the middle.
Yep.
So, overview, current command points as we go to my command phase on turn 4. Not there yet, but that's what it's going to look like. I'm going to be at 34 victory points to your 31. So I have taken a little bit of a lead here, but I'm going to gain 15 primary again, putting me at 40, which means I'll be 10 away from the max. My 2 new cards will be Deploy Teleport Homer as well as Area Denial. Deploy Teleport Homer, I can make it work in the middle, and that'll double up with Area Denial technically. So I will probably get 8 victory points for those 2 secondaries. Deploy Teleport Homer in the middle would be the goal. I could do it with either the Bloat Drone or the Plaguecaster. I wonder if the Rhino has the movement to get back in your deployment zone to do it. I'll double check that, but I don't think it does. Rhino does not have the movement to get holding in your deployment zone. Oh, but that Plaguecaster probably does.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the Plaguecaster is so slow, he also doesn't have the movement to get back there. So I'll have to deploy Teleport Homer in the middle. That's fine. I have to get to the middle anyways with Area Denial. It's all good. With that in mind, we're going to go and look at any battle shocks I have to do, namely these guys. They're good. They're Bravery Leadership 8. Exactly. And these Plague Marines over here? Fail. Nope. They refuse. And he is good at 3 out of 4 health. So, with that in mind, into my command phase for scoring, I don't make anything sticky, but I do get 5, 10, 15 victory points. Actually, I do make this one sticky.
You make that one sticky now.
It's mine now.
Because you took it away from me last turn.
Yeah. And then we go to movement. I am going to continue to try and deal with these guys by moving them up. Big Marines scoot up, and then the Poxwalkers move 4. We're all going to zero in on them. The Hellbrute is going to walk over the pipe at 7. Same idea. And then we're going to bring our... I wonder. We'll see what his movement is. Looking at the rest of my moves, I won't be able to get... This Bloat Drone can fly and get within 6 of the middle to do Area Denial. Not Area Denial. Deploy Teleport Homer. Unfortunately, won't be wholly within 6. So that means this Plaguecaster is going to have to roll it back a little bit. So he's going to back it up there to get wholly within 6 for Area Denial. And then this lad is going to fly to about here, get within 6 to perform the Deploy Teleport Homer. That's where he'd end up. These Terminators are just going to enjoy their life over here. This is where they decide in case Cleanse comes up, they can cleanse and or corrupt this objective.
They've seen their brethren getting destroyed by the Storm Surge, so they're trying to hide.
They don't want that nonsense. They'd rather not, so they're happy there. I do kind of need to get something within 9 of him to corrupt him, but I don't think there's anything I can really do. I will move that Rhino. Oh, these guys have to move as well. They're going to advance. We're going to advance them. An extra 2, 4, 6-inch move. That's where they end up. And then Carl measured it out for me. This guy's going to do a normal move of 12 inches over there. This is the main reason I like Rhinos in the Death Guard. Same with the Bloat Drones, is they have a 9-inch or of -1 weapon skill, ballistic skill. So it's going to corrupt both of those units there for later. And that is it for my movement. We're going to go to shooting. The only thing I really care to do is he's going to start performing Deploy Teleport Homer because he's within 6 in the middle. The Plaguecaster is going to focus his flamer up there on them. It'll be D6 plus 3 shots. He's within 12. It will be 5. They automatically hit. Wound on 2s, and they're AP 2. You have cover, so... no, you're not -1 wound on that. Oops.
5 5s.
I kill 3. Bam.
1, 2, 3.
Left with 2 railguns and the Shaz guy, the main guy.
Yeah.
The drone guy.
Yeah.
For the very unfortunate hazardous roll. Close.
So close.
I have a couple command points for a reroll if I needed it, but if I would have lost out on some victory points if I didn't have him there. Okay, that's pretty much it for shooting there. We're going to fire our Hellbrute into the Crisis team because they are vehicles. At -1 hit, I can fire into them. I will do the multi-melta first. Crack, crack, 4s to hit, and that's a wound. Right to your invuln.
4 pinball.
Whoop. Hey, you're okay. The Flamer of the heavy variety. It will wound Twice, -1. Because of strength 5, you're down to toughness 4.
4 up in wall.
1 damage. He's got 2 wounds left. And then these Plague Marines, 4 bolt gun shots. I wonder if I could throw grenades at them, technically. The short answer is no, you cannot do that. So I will fire my bolt guns at you. That's a drop die, sorry. 4 to hit because of big guns, 1 wound. And 2 wounds, no AP.
2 3-ups.
Oh! Do you want to re-roll it or take the crisis loss?
I'm going to spend 2 command points to re-roll the 1.
Hey, he's got 1 wound left then. Boop. Yeah. The only other thing I have to shoot is the Rhino, who didn't advance. Though he doesn't really have any line of sight to the Pathfinders, and I'm not going to waste anyone's time rolling at the Storm Surge, so we're going to pass right to charging. And we are going to have these Plague Marines charge into the Commander. We roll a 3. Ooh. Well, probably within 4, so we're good. If I put a 3 down, that is 1 inch, so we're good to go.
Just.
Yeah, no kidding. We're going to end up about there. About there. And the Poxwalkers, the new Poxwalkers, 9. Look at them go. If only they rolled that last turn. That 9 is enough to take them up and around. I have no other charges I care to do, so we are going to start fighting with those. Is that 10? Yeah, 10 Poxwalkers that made it in. Do I want to do anything here? No, I do not. I will use a command point on Ferric Blight. It just increases their armor penetration by 1. Here's the first half of their attacks. That is 3 wounds and a hit. That is 3 wounds. And the second one, 4 wounds and 3 hits. So 4 wounds. That's it, just 4 wounds. -1. 4 ups.
4 4s.
I will do, well,
2 damage, enough to kill the suit and get rid of the shield drone.
boop. Bye-bye drone. And goodbye crisis suit. Technically my strat did nothing. Strat did nothing. We'll have these guys pile in and they're gonna strike. The plague weapon. That is a wound. Look at that. Right to your invuln. It does 2 damage. And the plague knife. All hit. 3 wounds. No AP.
3 you said.
3 ups. Oh, no damage. We got 4 wounds and a marker drone left. You get to fight back. Do you want to attack these 2 Poxwalkers before they go?
Yeah, I might as well do something. Hitting you on 5s because you've minus my weapon skill.
No, nothing. No such luck. And then I have 4 attacks back with them. 3 hits. 2 wounds, no AP. All right, go Poxwalkers. Excellent. No damage. All the same. Then we're done our turn. So I get 3 points for deploy teleport homer, and then 5 points for area denial, and that is it. Put me at a 17 secondary. We're going to go to turn 4 for the Tau. We're going to see what Carl draws here. As we went over to look at the cards, we're going to remember you had Defend Stronghold. That'll give you 3 victory points back there.
And for my next 2 cards, I draw a Storm Hostile Objective, which I could technically try and do that one, and secure No Man's Land. That one might be a little bit harder to do.
Storm Hostile in the middle is relatively easy. I technically have 0 objective control over it, so even this guy retreating onto it would take it. I would Overwatch, probably to try and get him out of there, but for the most part, that is easy enough to do. Now, taking a second one will be the challenge for the other objective. But you're still getting 5 for that one, easy peasy. The only thing really to do in your command phases, we both got our command points. You will get 5 victory points for the Storm Surge in the back on primary, bringing you to 15. However, there will be a Battle Shock check on these Pathfinders.
And since I have to do a Battle Shock test and I need these guys, I'm going to spend the 1 command point to Insane Bravery this turn.
Give me a hypothetical. I always like hypotheticals. Good call.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I'm like, the clutch turn, I need them. I'm going to do that.
Otherwise, if they fail the Battle Shock, they can't spot, which is pretty rough.
Yeah.
This is where you technically get the 5 points for that. Best bet with keeping the Storm Surge still, getting the heavy bonus, is this guy's just going to declare retreat. Boom. Over there. He's not battle shocked. He currently has 4 wounds. Let me see if I can't get him out of there. Nope, that's not going to happen. Going over there. The other option was he was going to like fly up there, shoot, and then strike and fade over there. But it's 2 command points. You only have the 1 after the Insane Bravery.
Yeah, and wasn't too sure if you actually had enough there with my OC2 to take that back from you or not.
I only got like OC1 on it technically there. It might have been hard to actually get the full move because like with fly up and down is...
Yeah.
That was a plan without measuring. I don't know if it would have worked or not, but all the same, he's going to go there. Won't be able to fire, but you do take this objective away because I have no OC on it. My sticky objective is the only thing that's holding it. I'll Overwatch, I guess, technically. at the end of the move because you never know. I might get lucky here.
Albert?
Then I think he's my... Ooh, that guy's got a pretty good Overwatch. I'll Overwatch with the stupid stinky flamer.
Because you got the flamer, yeah.
I'll focus it too. Why not? D6 automatic hits +3. So these are 3 wounds. -2 right to your invuln.
3 4-ups.
Oh, D3 damage. You take 2. He's got 2 wounds left. And then hazardous. We're good. And then these pathfinders.
Move a little bit closer so they have line of sight to see and marker light and whatever they can do.
They could pretty much marker light for... They could shoot first and then marker for both of the remaining units.
Yeah.
That's probably the best plan. Right, this guy can't fire. So it's pretty much the Pathfinder's going to fire, big guy's going to fire, and that'll be turn.
Yeah. So the Pathfinders are going to put everything into him. So that's going to be 2 rail rifles, the grenade launcher, and carbine. 1 carbine.
And we'll do the railguns first.
2 6s.
Because of the... So the BS5 with the gun, it's heavy. They move, but -1... It's technically BS6 because of my contagion.
Because you're...
Grenade launcher.
Grenade launcher.
Funk. That's 2 hits.
Yep.
Wounds on 3s. Callion. 2 wounds. Saves. He's dead. He takes 6. He's double dead. Finally got this guy dead. That was the squad that got eat up by the
Sickly Nines.
Earlier on. Next up, big guy.
So the Pathfinders are going to marker light the bloat drone, and I'm going to put everything into the bloat drone to see if I can stomp it.
Yeah, otherwise it's -2 to the ballistic skill.
If I choose to split fire.
Because of my nasty aura too. All right, we're going to do
so,
the big gun.
D6 +3.
5. So he's BS currently 5, but heavy and +1 to hit because of the marker. Not the being guided is +1 to your BS, so counteracts my ability. These should be 3s to hit instead of 2s.
Yeah.
6s are good, obviously, and you're being guided, so they're double good, but no 6s. And
Strength 16, or sorry, Strength 12.
3s to him. Pop, pop, pop. 2 of them. Demon saves! Nope.
Take 6 damage.
Well, he's got 3 wounds left.
Now for the destroyer missile. No.
The clusters and the smarts. What is this?
That's the smart. Oh, wait a second.
That's one of the 4 D6 cluster missile shots. That's what that is.
Yeah.
8, 9, 15. One less somehow than the other ones. And 3s. Same idea. It's all heavy. Didn't move. 6s are 2 hits because you're being guided. 2 extra hits. Sustain 2. 5 to wound. I see before me 1 wound so far. The 2 twin smart missiles. Should be... Are these heavy as well? Yeah, they are heavy.
Yeah.
That's actually 4 more hits. Wounding on 5s, re-rolling. Pretty clutch. We got 3 wounds so far, including the previous one. 3, okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 saves. All right.
And then the 1 extra from the other.
Correct. Let's go missiles. Let's see if all the missiles do it. Boop. He's dead. All right, look at that. Does he explode? Is it dramatic? Nope. But he's just overcome by a cluster of missiles. And the flamers will do it to him as well. Technically, these shots are a -2 BS because they're firing away from the guided unit, but they're torrent, so they don't care. It's gonna be 6 twin linked 6 to wound, re-rolling. I see 1, and the re-roll says I see 1. We are gonna heal it on a turn. At the end of the 4th turn, you will get 5 points for Storm Hostile Objective. Would you like to get rid of Secure No Man's Land?
Yeah, I'm going to discard No Man's Land to hopefully get 2 more cards of points next turn.
Absolutely. We're going to do this last turn pretty quick because I'm not going to do a whole lot here. Current score overall before we do the 5th turn, current command points in the 5th turn. I'm at 57 and you're going to be at 30, 44. So I got 44 to 57 as of right now. You are winning the secondary game, but I am crushing the primary game. And I'm going to max out my primary this turn by going to 50. For holding 3 objectives. You can only go up to 50 though. So even though I have 4 objectives and you can score 15, I'm only going to go to 50. And the goal is for me just to get enough secondary points to make it hopefully not matter, as I'm going to draw 2. The 2 cards I draw will be Engage and Extend Battle Lines. For Engage on all fronts, I've got the Poxwalkers. They're going to back up to about here to do that. That Rhino's going to zip over that direction just to stay within 9 of them still. If you could just move him 12 around there. And then, so that's this table corner done, that table corner done. These guys are already in this table corner. Let's see if they're battle shocked. They are. Okay, so it can't be them. These Poxwalkers are going to advance and be the ones instead. They go an extra 4 for 6 inches. They just have to be 3 away from that, so they're going to be generally around here. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Poxwalker is going to walk Pox. These guys are going to chill right there. They're going to stick you this objective. Let's see if they pass. They pass. Okay, good. So sticky. Their battle shock technically shouldn't matter much. They're hanging out over there. They're hanging over here. I guess these guys would, whatever, they can go there. These guys are going to advance. They're just going to go up and around, just to about here, just to get a few more in range. I don't really care to shoot their guns. I already have this table quarter. I'm not going to be able to get that table quarter. This Hellbrute is going to move up to about here. And, like I said, these guys are going to advance, quote unquote, just to get back here to get this table quarter. Done. I'm going to try and kill this guy, and that's my turn. You want to Overwatch? With who?
I only have one guy that can technically Overwatch.
Oh, and the Titanic guy can't. That's right. Might as well supercharge it because he's probably going to die anyways. I can just do a lot of mortal wounds on the charge to kill him. All right, let's see what this commander's got. Real on 6s. Absolutely lots of 6s. That's actually going to be 6 hits.
Toughness?
9. So
5s. Because
yeah,
of strength 8. Yep. And 5s.
2 of them. Minus 2. I fail 1. I take
3 damage.
3 damage, yeah. 6 damage. There we go. Sorry, 2 damage down to 6 wounds. And then I'm going to go to shooting. You have more?
Well, how about my...
Oh, the 3 hazardous. Do you kill yourself? That's right. You do.
I do
take
kill
3
myself.
mortal wounds.
Or I can spend the 2 command points.
You could reroll it.
Reroll that one.
Ah, he's alive. Okay. Well, then let me hit you with my multi-melta. I hit... I don't think the 6 matters. 2 to wound. Hey, 2 4-up inbounds. You're dead.
Yeah.
Boom.
One way or the other, he was going to die.
Yeah. He's got tank shock, and the Death Guard Hellbrute does D3 mortal wounds on a 2-up. Hey, there we go. Lots of options there. That'll be the end of my turn. Easy enough. I have extended my battle lines several ways. 5 victory points and 3 for engage in all fronts because I drew it tactically. And that will conclude my 5th turn. My final score is 75, technically 85. Not a bad score for the Death Guard at all. We're going to see what Carl can do. He scores his primary at the end of his turn right now. We're going to draw a couple cards for him on secondaries. So with 1 command point, neither one of these can be new ordered. You got Bring It Down, which is doable, and Engage in All Fronts, which is not doable because you only have 2 units remaining. The main targets for Bring It Down would be Mr. Hellbrute, Mr. Rhino.
Yeah. So they're going to put everything into the Rhino, and then they're going to help him guide into the Hellbrute / Rhino because you're already, the Flamer's going to go that way, so.
Right. Do the rail rifles first and on the Rhino.
This time still hitting you on 5s because
Heavy, yeah.
I stood still.
I could pop smoke and be a jerk, but let's see if we can get some action going here.
Oh, come on. You don't want to be that much of a jerk.
No.
Minus 3.
Okay, how much damage? I think it's
flat 3, I think.
flat 3 it is. I got
Grenade.
6 wounds left. Grenade. This thing's always hitting 6s, dude.
Hits twice.
4 up devastating wounds for vehicle, EMP. Two, I've taken 5 damage, so he's got 5 wounds left. And then the carbine.
Misses.
Right. We have the Storm Surge, 5 wounds left on the Rhino, and 6 wounds left on the Hellbrute. Killing both would be kind of cool. And how are we splitting this?
So I'm going to spend 1 command point on Pinpoint Ambush to make it so his any weapons going into that gets an AP 1.
Yep.
And so all the small missiles and the Flamer is going to go there. The Destroyer missile and the big gun are going to go into your Hellbrute.
All right, well, let's do the big
gun.
Yeah. And which one are they spotting?
They can only spot this because the Hellbrute's hidden just enough that I can't do anything about that.
That does mean the big gun will suffer -2 BS to hit the Hellbrute. Because -1 for my ability and -1 for the guided ability.
Oh.
Big gun!
D6 plus 3.
Nice. We want to see some 6s here.
Hitting you on 5s, but I want 6s.
Yeah. Because you're still guided technically. That's 2 more hits. This misses, and that misses, but then 2 more. Yeah. And it should be 3s to wound the Hellbrute.
Yep, strength 12.
With the big gun. 3 of them. And
-3.
He's dead. Boom! Not really dramatic though. Bye-bye. Bam. And then, let's see if we can kill the Rhino too.
The cluster.
The big shot. The
Destroyer missile.
Destroyer missile would have hit too, even though it's -2 to hit. -2 plus 1 because of heavy, but it's all the same. Cluster!
46.
Now these ones have... hey, that's almost maxed. 18, 22 shots. These are going to be... like 3s. Yeah, 3s to hit because of heavy.
3s, yeah.
Yeah, because of my -1. 6s are good because you're guided. 5s to wound. This is There's going to be AP on these too.
Yep, AP1.
So we have so far, not bad, 6 wounds. The smart missiles in here is all the same. Should be 3s and 5s rerolling because they're twin linked. One more reroll, so we have 7. 7 stays. I only have 5 wounds left on them. These are AP1, so it could kill them. 6, can you pop both of the vehicles? We got the flamer afterwards. It's -1, so I take 2. I have 3 wounds left. And the flamer. 2. Well, that won't be enough. But let's see what we got. Reroll. Well, 4 up. Nope, we're good. Mr. Hellbrute for bringing it down is worth 3 victory points on the tactical draw. On secondaries, the Rhino would have made it quite a bit more points, but he did scrape by with just 3 wounds remaining. I think 3 or 2 wounds, one of the 2. All right, you know what? There is still the option to charge tank shot.
Tank shock.
You know what? You make the charge. Ha! Boom! And you roll perfectly enough to kill him in tank shock. I can't believe that happened. That's he's worth 3 victory points for his wound plus another 1, so that's 4. So you got 6 points instead. Well, an additional 6 points for killing him, essentially. So with the Rhino dying to the tank shock there, you will get a total of 6 for the secondary instead of the 3, because the Rhino awards an additional 3 on his own. And at the end of your turn, you score 5 victory points for the objective you hold on primary. That will bring us to the end of turn 5, and thus the end of the game. I'm playing at 85 total score, and Carl, we have at 65. Is that math?
55.
50, well, plus the 10 for the main army.
Yeah, 65.
85 to 65. Mostly on primary for the Death Guard. But that was kind of like the idea I had when I did my first turn.
These two guys are about to get into a post-game show. I do want to remind you that there is another game uploaded right now in the MiniWarGaming Vault. You can watch Carl play his Tau against my Space Marines. Follow the link in the description below for that bat rep.
Because of the way we had all deployed and how important the middle was, I knew I was going to be walking right up into the middle with all the heavy weapons. So I figured I'm just going to rush my entire army forward, put on all 3 of the objectives. That's like Death Guard fundamental kind of stuff. Nothing crazy. It's not over the top play there. But what ended up happening this game is I have this like nasty habit of putting all my care and attention on one model. So I put the Demon Prince down in his position where he was, thinking, oh, he's not really that important for you to shoot at. You get way more value out of the Storm Surge killing the Bloat Drone or the Rhino. So I expected, or I don't think you can see the Hellbrute. Maybe
no, the Hellbrute and the Rhino we couldn't see first round, just because of the way they're positioned.
But no, I mean after the move, because the Rhino is right here on his move, so he would have been visible.
Yeah.
So I figured you shoot him, I do my battle shock, I get out, get my points, or I get out there and charge over there. I'm like, don't love that, but whatever. My Rhino got them up a turn early. I'll have the Demon Prince to play with later. But then you freaking drew Assassinate, and then you had no choice but to go for the Demon Prince. I'm like, the Demon Prince is probably freaking dead. I had this like bad habit of like once that is like, say I'm playing vampire accounts and I have my vampire, the vampire dies, I'm like, I got no interest in this game anymore. I could win handedly, but not care. Not that it sounds bad to say it that way, because of the Demon Prince died, I'm like, okay, fine. We'll just go with fundamental plays. Just go forward, go forward, go forward. Hold objectives, kill things I need to kill, that kind of stuff. I was sad that Demon Prince died. And you actually lit up this unit pretty bad too. That was right here with the Cyclic Ion.
Yeah.
Just crushed them. I had 2 guys left, but those 2 guys had a lot of value in the game.
They did, and I was actually really trying to keep destroying them and trying to get rid of your troops. Just everything that was walking forward, I wanted to try and eliminate in the center, because then, okay, I have more firing range, but they just couldn't get those 2 guys, and they actually tied me up just enough.
Yeah. The Storm Surge killed quite a bit, but we were talking about it a little bit off camera. The Storm Surge obviously being a little too expensive for what he does. It's not like he's bad, it gave you fewer options to play objectives with your list, technically.
Yeah,
right? It could have been like 2 Ghost Keels, right?
It could have been, 2 Ghost Keels. It could have been a couple more Cycling Ions or Fusions. It just gave me more models I could have thrown on the table to tie you up, maybe even get the objectives more so. But in the end, he did annihilate what he was looking at 90% of the time.
He pretty much killed everything you looked at throughout the game. He did all your killing. It was like him. The Fusion guys killed the 5 Plague Marines, then died. The Cyclic Ion killed them. The Cyclic Ion was a massive thrown on my side the entire game, because they got you that massive point swing over here.
They ran across the table and said, nah, 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 nah.
They were annoying.
And then came back to the center and took the center again.
Correct. They were playing the game the whole time. The Storm Surge was just killing stuff. Everything else kind of like fell short. You only really had the Piranha over here to fight for this objective, so I had it outnumbered quite a bit over here.
I was hoping that I could have done some major damage with the missiles and stuff to it early off, but that didn't happen, and then you turn
yeah.
around and said, smack! No, you don't.
Got him right off the table. Fought for the middle quite a bit. I won the left side pretty handily. I was a little disappointed that they failed to kill... Well, not that I was disappointed they failed to kill the devilfish. They did very little damage to it, which made me very afraid on the following combat, because I wanted to get it down to like 4 or 6 wounds so I could kill it a lot easier on my next turn. But luckily they flipped their whiff and kind of did like 14. They actually one-shot it on the next combat.
Just enough to one-shot it.
These 2 Plague Marines were really big. In fact, every single unit I had, I'd say was an MVP in one way or another. Actually, everything I had did something pretty critical in the game, which is kind of unique. That doesn't actually happen too often. They were important because they helped with the commanders. They were important because they helped with the commanders. They killed the Vespids. Commanders reinforced over here.
Yeah, I made you run back. Otherwise, they would have been more forward and doing other things.
They investigated signals. These guys obviously claimed this flank for themselves. These Poxwalkers technically didn't do anything, but they were in a position to cleanse whenever that came up. If that came up, it didn't, but they were always there. And then, honorable mentions to my dead pile because it ate bullets and did other things as well.
They took the firepower to let everybody else stand ground.
The Hellbrute killed the Piranha. The Hellbrute dealt with this guy eventually and kind of kept, the game honest over here, I suppose. Rhino always clutch for the Death Guard. The Rhino's just a moving 9-inch circumference of you experience misery now. -1 weapon skill.
That hurt
skill.
for one turn. That hurt me when I had to move other units to be able to see. Because yes, being on top of this building does give me that advantage, which I would have had an additional AP too.
No, it's not high enough. You have to be 6 inches off the ground. It's only 5.
Yeah, but either way, it gave me advantage to shoot you, but it also gave a disadvantage because I couldn't see certain angles.
Yeah.
So I had to move to get closer to see you, and I was already within your negative range, so nothing I could have done there, just -2 to my shooting.
More and more as I play the Death Guard. I'd like to imagine the other diseases can be useful, but they're definitely very situational. I'm just having a lot more luck with the -wep skill, -bullet skill disease. It's like the rattle skull egg. It's the skull swarm blight. It's been pretty good.
Because that actually saved your 2 Poxwalkers from my suits.
Yes.
Because I would have hit you without that negative, but because of the negative, that made me basically hitting you on sixes with most of my stuff, 5s with the commander.
It was funny because last time we played, I remember you had the 2 crisis suits and you had the fallback and shoot upgrade instead of the invulnerable save. And I was talking to Steve about this earlier too, and like what's the best upgrade for the suits? I think the invulnerable save upgrade is probably the best as well. But last game we played, you had the fallback and shoot option. Never really needed it.
No.
And you really needed the invul in that game. This game, you needed the fallback and shoot real bad. But the invul technically was really clutch too because you did crank a lot of 4-ups.
It saved so much of your Meltas and everything else that were already putting me to a 6-up save or 5-up save and big damage. So I'm just like the invul. But if I take 1 less gun, then I could technically use it.
You could do both, but then you lose 1/3 of your shooting efficiency as well. But you get more game efficiency. I don't know what the right answer is. I find the suits to be kind of complicated in how they perform because, like, technically, no matter what you say, no matter what your opinion is on the suits, no matter how knowledgeable you are about Tau, it is all situational based. You could say this is the best thing to do 7 out of 10 times. But then you're just going to get screwed by those 3 times over and over and over and over again. Yeah. At least that, in my experience, I see it a lot. I play the game a lot. It's always, this is the best option to take all the time. And except for these 4 situations where it's not the best option. In fact, it's a hindrance more than anything. And that's my favorite thing about this edition is it's kind of, there are the more efficient picks, but it's usually situational all the time. So all depends on your meta, actually, honestly, and what you play against mostly at home. So
I like just to have fun. I don't like to play the meta because then that just feels too cheesy, and
that's why we play 1,500 point games. One, it's easier to record, saves time overall, but it forces people to play off meta because when you look at it, every 2,000 point list out there, it's all carefully cultivated, right?
Yeah, it's 2 6-man or 7-man crisis blobs of sickling ions, and no, I don't like that. Once you pull 500 points away from that list, all of a sudden, all the other things you picked in that list
don't necessarily make as much sense anymore, and you have to sacrifice them to add other elements, and all of a sudden 1,500 points becomes kind of this weird middle point where you don't really get everything you want, and you kind of got to work with what you have. The goal is, the name of the game is sacrifice. You should have a hard time making your list. You shouldn't be able to get every piece you want in a list, and every list should be weak because of it. That's why I like the 1,500 points so much these days. Plus, it reminds me of a bygone era of Warhammer 2. This is what a 7th edition game would have kind of looked like on the table.
Because even doing the math, having the 7-man squad, the 7-man squad of sickly
With the
Nions
commander in there,
with the commander, that's just about 500 points. So those two squads, that's half your army in a 2,000 point game. Yes, they can nuke a lot of units.
And then you just have a bunch of like infantry to score points and everything.
Yeah, that's what you would need to back them up. But not many people would do that. They're throwing ghost kills, and then you'd
have a couple
your
ghost kills too,
piranhas, which, yes, they're cheaper than a squad of other units, and they can sustain more hits because they are tougher. But do you really want to try and do that? Or would you rather have much more fun doing other things?
Well, fun is always a subjective one. That's why it's always so complicated. But, you know, if you're ever watching and you're curious why we're doing 1,500 point games and you're kind of having a hard time in your local group, maybe consider asking them to play less if you're tired of seeing the same thing over and over again, because it really throws people for a loop. Because if they read things online or they theory craft with their friends online a lot, it's usually around 2,000 point lists and what fits nicely into them. Take 500 points away from that, all that discussion goes out the window.
Yeah.
And now you're just playing the game for the sake of playing the game.
Exactly.
Which is kind of the goal, ideally.
And like him being 400 points, like we said, that could have been another 2 or 3 units on the board that, yes, it could have helped me keep objectives, but it probably wouldn't have been able to actually do enough damage to certain units.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's hypothetical.
Yep. Yeah, and I thought your first turn went quite well too. So
I thought I was actually going to be keep on leading, but I should have actually just put both guys into that, and then when they moved in, whoever, then Overwatch, and that would have actually been better. But I was banking on the one guy, you'd be like, should be more than enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on average, you probably would have killed him anyways, but I got lucky.
And I completely forgot about the them giving me the additional -1.
It is hard to wrap around. Even I'm having a hard time doing it. I feel bad explaining it sometimes too. It's like, really, I'm -2 to hit. I'm like, yeah, it's just what they do. It's only really relevant for like big guns never tire and like really close range cloud of flies, but it comes up quite a bit. And honestly, it keeps the Death Guard in the game longer, which is something they kind of needed because they're getting shot off the table a little too easily earlier on. Anyways, that's it for this game, folks. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks, to Carl for coming all the way from the Great White North, playing some Warhammer 40k with us, and there is more to come. Obviously, I think you're playing Steve tomorrow. No, who are you playing?
No, I'm playing Steve tomorrow and potentially Josh the next day if he doesn't get hurt.
That's right. If he doesn't get hit by a bus, you'll play some Warhammer on Friday.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Anyways, folks, that's it for this one. Happy Wargaming.
Happy Wargaming.
Stay tuned for more to come.